Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kingmead channel. We are here for another test match in the international cricket scene. It is going to be South Africa at home taking on Bangladesh in this two-match test series. It's not just myself though. I have also roped my mum into this one.
In the last 10 minutes.
The last 10 minutes, I was like, hey, you want to watch some test match cricket? And she's like, nah, not really. And I was like, yeah, on it. She was like, yeah, all right. So she's going to be joining me for the first hour. And also we got Yo and they're from Petty and also from Brandon. Welcome in, boys. Hope you are doing well. Currently, South Africa, they are going to be batting first. And it's going to be interesting. See how many runs they can get. It's a nice day, although looking through at the forecast, I believe the next 3 or 4 days are not so nice. Unfortunately, a lot of rain on the forecast. So hopefully they do get through and we do get to see some form of result here. We've seen enough draws in international cricket as of late. And you're late, Hamish. And there's Paddy Wagon. We were slightly, but we were sitting up with the two of us. So I feel like we can slightly get away with it.
He probably was late because he was trying to drag me into it. So.
Yeah. And also technical stuff sucks overall. But we've got the lineups that we will be able to look at throughout this one. And looking at those two lineups, so for South Africa, it's going to be Dean Elgar. Also opening it will be Irvia once again. Then they've got Keegan Peterson back. He's a man who was missing from the New Zealand tour. But now that he is available, that's going to be absolutely huge. Anyway, hello, how are you both? And there's Paddy Wagon.
Pretty good, thanks.
Doing well. I was quite late getting up one night. That's probably why this live stream was scheduled slightly later than anticipated. I got up at like 6, somewhere around there. Although I only went to bed at like 9, so that makes sense. And that time zones. You gotta love them. Then also Bavuma at 4, Rickleton at 5, Verena going to be slotting in there at number 6 for this one. Mulder, Maharaj, Harmer, who we didn't actually see throughout the New Zealand tour, Lizard Williams, and then also Dwayne Oliver, or Olivier, in fact. I think they do pronounce that one. I am indeed today. And there, as well, says Paddy Wagon, so I assume you're quite tired in that regard. And also, we've got the I can't be long, like 5 minutes. So that's been no worries at all in South Africa. It's currently sitting 10 a.m. So a nice time to start a game of test match cricket. Nice road next to it in there. It's not too far away from the roadside. So who knows, maybe we see a big enough smash shot over the top. I wonder if anyone's ever done it before, because I know that there's been some monumental sixes hit. Hey, we know that man, don't we? We recognise him from the New Zealand tour. Unfortunately, bowled quite well against the Black Caps.
He did.
And he was very unlucky. He didn't get as many wickets as I felt he deserved throughout that tour. But the Bangladesh lineup that they have gone with, it is going to be Muminul Haq, the captain, at number 1. Then beside him in the opening partnership, it is going to be Shadman Islam. Then also they have got Mamadul Hassan Joy, Shanto Rahim. Was Shanto batting at 4 in New Zealand, or was he a little bit further up the order? Not too sure there. Rahim there. Then Das, Ali, Hassan, Ahmed again. So that is Tuscan Ahmed, who was about to bowl this first over of the match. And then Ebadot Hussain there, who did bowl very nicely up against the Kiwis in their recent tour of New Zealand. Now, Bangladesh, they had a monumental one up against New Zealand where they were able to get themselves their first victory. South Africa also having a victory up against New Zealand. So both of these sides, they know how to beat us. Do they know how to beat each other?
Good time to have a sneeze.
Yeah, and I had a driving lesson today, and now I'm definitely tired. So you were tired while driving. That's an interesting combo. Or were you tired from doing the driving test, perhaps? Or driving lesson, sorry. At the moment, Dean Elgar, 75 matches, 131 innings. He's got himself an average of 38.97. Pretty decent.
Didn't realise he was so old, though, 34. I suppose that's not old now in cricket, though, is it?
Not really.
No.
It depends. Like, how old's Ross Taylor?
37.
And he's only just hanging it up. Only 3 test matches for Irvia at the other end. So complete difference. He got 108 up against New Zealand and Christchurch. As one of those big ones from doing the driving. And hi, Hamish, you made an Instagram account in there as well. And you should put a reel or just a picture. And there's his Sam Henry. I do see that you did follow it for the Kiwi Lads one, I believe it was. Yeah, it was. Indeed. But yeah, we do need to get our social media sorted at some stage. I just don't know what to put on them.
You should get your PR person to do that for you.
Who's that?
No idea.
I was going to say, we've got to meet our PR person first. It's going to be at Kingsmead in Durban for this matchup in South Africa. Should be exciting to see how it goes for this test match. But now we're just waiting. What are we waiting for? We are a minute late. Ooh. I'd be having that. And I did well, though, and I'm close to getting my restricted, says Betty. So that's good. Be able to drive around by yourself in that one. Ooh. As long as it's within the hours, of course.
Yep.
Hello, says Shannon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Marius Erasmus will be in charge of this one. 71 tests. I thought he had more than that, Erasmus.
Oh.
He's just been around for a very long time, hasn't he? Now, we are going to be ready to go. So I believe local umpires, I would like to say there, which does mean we'll have 3 reviews for both sides and the Kiwi lads at the name. And there says Brandon, also I am, says Ryan, welcome in, mate. I assume you are going for Bangladesh in this matchup, more than likely, but they are going to be bowling first. And if they can pick up an early wicket here, that would be huge. Why are we still waiting?
Something about the side screen, I think.
It's the side screen misbehaving. Possibly, and also...
No ball's been bowled. So.
And now I got to drop 5 catches. It slips the series, says AFL.
Ooh,
Decent
gosh.
prediction. Overall, he didn't have the best series up against New Zealand, did he? Captaincy-wise or fielding-wise, I guess you could say. And I subscribe to you, Ollie Wilson. And there's Shannon there. Currently now, Dean Algar, he has got the highest average out of anyone. And then after that, it is going to be Keegan Peterson, who was a man who I really wanted to see in New Zealand, but we just didn't quite get to see it due to a positive test. And then goodbye to live stream tomorrow as well. We'll see you later. And welcome in, everyone. Make sure to sub and lick the like button. There you go. That's what you want to be promoting in current times.
Yeah.
Maybe sanitize it and then lick it and then sanitize it again. You got to sanitize everything, don't you?
Push the button instead of licking it.
Push the button, then lick your finger? No. Push the button, then wash your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going with. And also, who do you want to win? Or do you not? Or you don't mind who does? Says Greg. Yeah, this one, I'm pretty much like, I say I'm impartial for Australia versus Pakistan and whatnot, but this one, it's about as impartial as you can get. Like, I just hope it's a good test match and we get to see a result, seeing as we have been lacking results in the last little while.
Yeah, all round is still not there, though, is he?
Who are we talking? I saw his name earlier on as well. Not Muminal. I can't think of him.
I can see him.
He's quite tall. Quite a
bowler and he's a spinner.
Yep.
Spinner and batter. Yeah. Is he?
Muhammadullah?
Yeah. Is he?
The one? I'm not sure where he is. He might be in the IPL, I guess. Might have had a chance in that one. But currently now, we're 5 minutes past when it was going to be starting, and no one's bowled a ball as of yet. So I think the side screen's playing up. Any Muppets are going to come for this live stream? Maybe. You never know. Sometimes you get a Muppet or two.
Give them a chance.
That just kind of, I guess, adds a bit of excitement, doesn't it? And also, Hamish, will you see Saturday IPL matches? It depends on the times that we have got the other things happening, and to make me happy by timing them out. And there's this Betty, right? The side screen's really causing an issue, I think. I would have thought they would have had this sorted.
But look at the side screen; it's black up there, and these bits are black.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's not a big side screen at all. Probably one of the smaller side screens around.
Yeah.
Just going to sort this one out now. I assume that means that the drinks break will be 5 minutes later, which means you get to stay for 5 more minutes. There we go. Currently, the ICC Test Championship. Australia sitting at the top of the bunch. South Africa actually in second there. Then it's India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, West Indies, Bangladesh there in 8th, and then England at 9th for that one as well. But England's on the up and coming. You mentioned about Nasser Hussain. He was talking about a whole heap of people who he thinks should be signed to different roles. Was Justin?
It's just one opinion, though, isn't it?
Was Justin Langer his head coach?
No.
Who was his head coach?
Ricky Ponting.
Ricky
For
Ponting.
Test matches.
Okay.
And Paul Collingwood for the one days in 2020.
And also side screen being temperamental in there. So I guess they're probably, it doesn't look like a very like big set one, I guess you could say. Like it's not like an MCG or something, how it's literally a part of the ground. It looks like someone's put up a white wall.
Yeah, as an afterthought.
But forgot to cover it completely in white with a few black patches on top.
Yeah, because it's side screens are white, aren't they?
It's quite a cool little road next to it, isn't it? With all the palm trees in the middle. I feel like it's got a very, I guess, rustic / kind of subcontinent vibe. Okay. They're still trying to sort it out. That looks more like a zebra now, doesn't it? Depending on the light. Those massive patches of black, though, I think are going to be the big problem. Okay. So they did it 10 minutes before last time they were scheduled to start for a test match in South Africa. They were just a little bit late. And good evening, all. Donna, Hamish, hi, Betty Wagon. And you mean Nurul Hassan Sohan. And there was us, says Ryan, and also, hey, mate, says Betty Wagon for that one. And it says issues with the side screen. And also, I'm at 745 now. And there says Shannon, right, everyone's working on it. We've got about 10 men trying to put as many sheets of whiteness over the top. It's going to be the thing. The first gust of wind's going to clean that up, isn't it? But just trying to, no one's quite got that height. The man in the green shirt just wasn't quite tall enough, was he? But we got a little bit of a delay, ladies and gentlemen, and get the house paint out and slap some on. Like in your thinking.
That'll be quicker.
I mean, even if it's just like to mark, the paint that they use to mark the lines on the pitch, just give it a quick slap and we'll be all good.
I think it's, as I said, it's a sponsors board, so it obviously hasn't turned white in those parts that are black that it's supposed to.
So the LEDs are playing up a little bit.
I think so.
Geez, that would annoy you if you were the sponsor, wouldn't it? What do you do then? Do you just go, we're not paying you as much?
Probably.
Or? Brutal. And also we're going to get Marco Janssen to put it up as well. Smart as well. Get a tall individual to be able to, he could probably reach it at about this height, couldn't he? Just strap him sideways on the board wearing his whites and he'd fill up that gap pretty easily. And South Africa is a much better test team than ODIs. I feel Bangladesh will struggle, but I love it. But for the love of cricket, I hope Bangladesh can give a great performance, says JP Meyer. Yeah. As long as they fight hard in this one and also we get a result, I'll be happy enough. I'll be asleep before they start as well, says Betty Wagon. Also, Tamim Akbal is not playing because he has stomachache. And there's else says Ryan. So, yeah, I guess maybe a couple late changes for Bangladesh in this matchup. Okay. Got a couple cinematic shots. Not a lot of crowd. I don't think they're allowed much of a crowd. I know that for the rugby side of it, I think they're allowed 2,000, maybe 5,000 maximum.
What, are they still going through?
Yeah, URC's still going. Even though they've got a couple ones that they do have to kind of limit a little bit, but still looking all right. The URC
is South Africa still going through
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of people in the world are, aren't they?
Well, they seem to have several waves, don't they? So
currently now we are just waiting another few minutes before. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And also, is that Johan with the new rugby channel? Johan, which rugby channel are we talking, David? Do let me know. I haven't watched YouTube in a wee while.
No.
I probably should. But yeah, I haven't really. I mean, I sleep and then I wake up and then I eat it and then I sleep.
Yeah.
Azan should keep not playing it because his family in hospital. And there Azan says, Ryan, he has got all the information about the Bangladesh players. To be honest, out of everyone, I was expecting that Ryan would know about the backstory because he has told us all about the players in the IPL, players in the PSL, and everything in between. Currently now, South Africa versus Bangladesh. It's about to get underway. But the start of play delayed by malfunctioning sight screen. And also sight screen issue match was delayed. It is at the moment, and they will be sorting it out. Someone said about putting the paint on, just see how that goes maybe. Because if it's not going to work anyway, I'm surprised that they don't have some white sheet, a little bit more thick than the mesh one that they had.
It wasn't exactly going to help, was it?
I mean, if the covers are white to go on for the rain, do you just stick one of those over the top?
Yeah.
Just for now, as a part-time fix.
One of those.
Yeah. It's a big sheet, tie it down, and get the players. Well, I mean, they're already out on the field, aren't they? Oh. That was the last time that South Africa played up against India, I believe. That was actually a very good test series, wasn't it? And I think South Africa were able to win that series in the end. And they will be hoping to be able to do the same thing here up against Bangladesh. But now it's a whole new challenge. Have they tried turning it off and on again? That's one thing you always do with your technology, isn't it?
Well, you do.
Because it seemed like it wasn't just one little glitched part. It was a lot.
Patches, wasn't there?
Do you think someone accidentally smacked a ball into it before the training or before the game and then just didn't tell anyone? And now it's like all broken and they're like, uh-oh, that was me as well. Do you ever break something and never tell anyone that it was you?
No.
No? Nothing.
Not that I can think of, but probably, I don't know.
I'll say, hey, bosses, how's this, Andrew? And the chat, welcome into the live stream, mate. I'm sure if Islam not playing because his finger's injured in the ODI series. And there's our name, mate, says Paddy Wagon. Well, that one, but yeah, currently, I mean, it's an interesting one. We haven't seen that before, I don't think, in any of the matches that we've covered.
Not that we've covered, but I have seen it before.
It's like the ones of the players like stepping onto the stumps and stuff. It's just a very rare kind of occasion type thing. And also we've got there Johan as they go South Africa. And yeah, at the moment the Proteas, they'd love to be able to get themselves a win in this first matchup as it just builds that momentum going into the second by just a little bit more. And g'day Betty, says Jay Hayes there as well. But Rabada, he's actually not in the lineup for South Africa, is he? Now I think about it. No, he's missing out. Maybe they decided they don't want 15 no balls today. Is that too harsh? Possibly a little bit. 10 no balls. That's probably more on the money for Rabada. And also go Proteas go. And there says Johan. The chat is over. Dean Elgar, his captaincy. Geez, he took a few bumps there from Bumrah in the Indian series, didn't he? But he loves playing in South Africa. And that is one thing that we might get to see throughout this one. He's going to be opening alongside his partner in crime for this one for South Africa. It will be Irvia, who's actually very young compared to Elgar in terms of his test match career. Hasn't had a huge amount of appearances. Tuscan Ahmed, he will be bowling the first over when we do get underway once the sight screen does behave itself. So we are probably only another, say, 4 minutes away. It's a very specific number, isn't it?
It is.
We'll say 4.7 seconds away, or 4.7 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. Stopwatch. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. The Johan Rugby is called. His channel just came up on my feed. Just wondering if it's the same Johan we used to get on here. I believe it's actually, it might be Johan who's just a couple above. But not Johan as in the rugby guru. Different Johan to him. But yeah, it is Johan up there. He's got his new rugby ball one. And here he is. So it's weird timing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I worked out into Paddy. He's a bit sad that we haven't quite got the cricket as of yet, but the good news is in 3 minutes and 37 seconds, it should be back out there. I'm optimistic. We hope for the best, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if the full first hour they had to deal with the sight screen and then you just end up going to bed. I feel like you'd go to bed annoyed that you stayed up to watch some cricket and you just get to see some cinematics of the old ones, although there's some decent cinematics being played at the moment, isn't there? Would it make you happier with a bucket hat on?
Bit early for bucket hats, isn't it?
Bit early? Your match hasn't started yet, is it? I know what will make you feel better. We won't go bucket hat, but we'll go Hobart Hurricanes cap, eh? There you go. It's your favourite, isn't it?
It's my favourite.
It's starting to grow on you, I think, as well. Like at the start, we were more bucket hats, but that cap, I feel like the cap, the colour of it looks real good with the green screen and just stands out. Also, we have got there, Makram's not in squad because they are playing in the IPL. They're mostly because it's taken too long. I mean, I would like to see the sight screen so we can kind of tell where we're up to in terms of how far away they are from being able to fix it. In fact, what I can do is if I go onto my TAB account, if they're showing this game on the TAB, which they might not be, where are we? We want cricket. In play. Cricket. Oh, it's not on there. I was going to say, if it's on there, then we can work out what's actually happening at the ground. We will go like that. There we go. Currently just waiting for the game to get underway. Little bit of an unorthodox start. And howdy, Double David. And then also we remember when Manawatu supporters wore those cut-out plastic buckets. And there, I said Manawatu very weird, didn't I? Manawatu.
As if we're in Fiji or something.
Yeah. I feel like that's because of Matawalu's name, I think. They got me off guard. But yeah, Manawatu. That was actually, they got them for free if they wore them, I believe, which is a good incentive to get people to the ground. It's at the end of the day, you might as well have people there, whether they're paying money or not. If they buy one drink, you've still made more money than you would have if they weren't at the ground. You know? Bucket heads. And there's Paddy Wagon as well. Right, we got some cinematics. I said it was going to be 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And at the moment, we're back at the ground, so we're getting closer for this one. But it is going to be a 2-match test series between the Bangladesh boys and South Africa. Then after that, I believe they've got some short format games that they will be playing. And then I believe after that, the next big series is going to be New Zealand, England.
June.
We're going to be intrigued for that one. You're going to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch? No? Okay. What about watching the last session of the day?
Maybe, depending on where I'm at.
So that'll be 8 a.m. I think that will start.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is it's early June, which means that it is going to be pretty much a sucky overlap with Super Rugby finals and whatnot. Oh, he looks pretty chilled out, doesn't he, Erasmus? Should he be in the dugout talking to the captain of South Africa? Is that allowed?
Of course it is.
And also, Irish today is Pakistan versus Australia, second ODI. It is indeed. First over should give us 18 runs and 2 wickets for making us wait so long. I'd be keen. Out of those two, which one do you think's the more likely? Probably the 2 wickets. You think they can get too early? No? Okay, fair enough. And also, your Indian and Fijian pronunciations were better in there as well. I should know them since I'm from Manawatu. That is. I feel like that's the worst that I've messed up a New Zealand place. Okay. Sight screen's still a problem. Okay. So there's still going to be longer because the sight screen's malfunctioning. At this point in time, someone get the white paint or get out the sight screen. Like, I would have thought they'd have a spare, like a backup, just in case. Is that weird of me to think?
Well, they said it's a sponsors board. So the grounds staff don't have anything to do with it. So as you say, if that's not there, what's the anomaly?
Okay, so they've just said about how the fact that if you want to go into the ground, you've got to prove that you've had a negative PCR test before making it into ground if you're unvaccinated.
Yeah.
So as a rule in Manawatu, it's Hurricanes country, Paddy's turf. And then let's hope it does, David. I knew it. And also I reckon Seb will come in within the next 5 minutes. Says David. And also I realized that I said 4 minutes and 7 seconds. It's been 5 minutes and 44 seconds, but that's gone quick. Isn't it? And also we got there. Let's hope he does, David. Tell you what, you've predicted that it was pretty much the next 5 seconds, to be fair. I reckon Seb will come in within the next 5 minutes. Very next message. Let's hope he does, David. There you go. Welcome in, Steve. Hope you're doing well, mate. We're currently waiting. I hate waiting. But we've got to wait for someone to work out how to fix a sight screen or just work out how to get enough white material to put over a sight screen. Just get some papers. Put some bloody paper over it.
Just something, eh?
Yeah, just get some paper mache.
As you say, where's the backup sight screen?
Or just the covers for the ground. Maybe they're brown. If the covers were brown, then that would make sense. Okay, so that's all right. But get some paper. Put it on there. It's supposed to be a nice day. Just get some chunks of paper. Someone surely by this stage has been able to go down to the local hardware store and pick up some white PVC or like kind of white jib board, although that's expensive in New Zealand.
It is.
At the moment, also.
The jib board's great.
Just paint it. I guess if you're going down there, you might as well get the paint as well on you. Also get someone who can do it for a start as well, says Betty, and also made it easy one for Aussies the other night. Yeah, they did very nicely for themselves. It was weird, that middle patch, because Travis Head started like a house on fire. It went bang, 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 got us 100, then went out. Very common occurrence for a lot of people. They get their century, then that kind of, you lose your focus, but not completely, and it's just enough to get you out. And then after that, they went to a quiet patch. I think they had about 70 balls without a boundary at one point. And still managed to get the 300.
Yeah, it's a good win for the All Whites.
Oh, yeah, maybe steal their kits and put them over the sight screen. But yeah, 5-0 against the Solomon Islands, so now they have to play Costa Rica.
Yeah.
It's not an easy game.
It won't be, but good on them for getting that far.
Currently now, we are just watching a few more ads, as we normally do, while we are waiting for this game to get underway.
It's pretty bad, really.
It is. You would have thought someone would have
sorted that out,
tested it, had plans if it didn't work. It's like anything. You bring a backup generator if the power goes out. You bring a backup sight screen just in case something goes wrong. Steal the roof. Steal some of the roof panels, put them down. Give them back later. No sign of rain for today. No, they're not, are they? That's not good. Because that means that they're... Oh, no, they were in the dugouts earlier on, though, weren't they?
Yeah, but...
Just to chillax.
They're not getting on the field anytime soon, by the looks of that.
And what is a sight screen? Pretty much the gist of it is it's that white screen at each end of the field. And pretty much what it does is so that the bowler, when he's bowling, the batsman can actually see... I've realized my hand wasn't in the screen. Pretty much so the batsman can see the ball a little bit better than if it was like trees or something, or people wearing all different colors. Because if you got someone wearing this red or something behind there, then it can end up picking up a little bit. Also, I've got there just seeing the lineups. The IPL has the entire South African bowling attack captured. Thank God for Dwayne and Kashav being there at least, says Sebastian. See, that's a good point. That's probably why Rabada's not there, because he is in the IPL, isn't he? That looks like a heap of people are running that way. Are they just going to cut some of that sight screen off?
I don't know. They look as though they're on a mission, though.
And then there's just that guy who dawdles.
Yeah.
That was me. You know, that's cross country at school. Everyone runs out at the start and I'm like, yep, that sounds like a good idea. And then I'm like, actually, running's hard, you know? And I met a bloke waiting for a haircut. I told me he's flying to New Zealand tomorrow morning. And there you go. Coming over, have a nice Kiwi holiday. And I guess it's probably the best time to do it because it's about to get a lot worse for the weather, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Daylight saving.
Yeah. Autumn's here. Winter's around the corner.
I'm going to be so confused with daylight saving because I'll have no clue. Like, I'll probably be live at the time and then all of a sudden the time will change. And I have no idea what's happened because last time I thought I had an extra hour spare and I started my live stream slightly late because daylight saving took that hour that I had free away.
Yeah.
I was like, yay, finally. And then Roberto Mako Janssen and also Nyedi. And there's our fallback for clocks this weekend. There's no mum. So, yeah, that's going to be... Oh, speaking of stuff, not really clocks, but it's just reminded me that we're only actually 1 week away from the sevens. Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
You like the sevens, don't you?
I don't mind it.
Oh, they're actually, geez, that's a fancy promo for them, isn't it? Wait, Dan Carter and friends. I mean, I'm not going to complain, although they did advertise it as him just doing it by himself for a start.
No,
but it would have been tricky for him to do 24 hours. And the thing is, you can actually watch it live through Eden Park's like kind of camera, can't you?
Oh, okay.
I'm interested to see the next time the Blues have a home game, whether or not it is on while that's happening, because you can kind of see the turf camera for that one. And also we've got that didn't take long, Petty. And also we got that fullback, the clocks. Oh no, I read that one. And also going on a big adventure in 2 Mondays' time with class. Says Greg Galway, where you heading off to, mate? Do let me know. I know that, I mean, most crazy, or not crazy, but we did whitewater rafting and whatnot for year 10, I think it was. At, where did we go? Pearl Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting trip. I've been waiting. And there it says Patty. But yeah, anyone who is just tuning in now, you would have expected that the action would have started by this point. But because of a sight screen malfunction, it means that they are going to be just a little bit later starting this match. So we've been going for 30 minutes and we haven't seen a single ball at this point in time. But hopefully, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed, that we are going to get to see some action extremely soon. Bulldogs versus Swans just started. I believe there's an NRL game tonight as well, isn't there? So we will have to see how it ends up going for this one. But currently, Matildas versus Football Ferns, that'll be a good match. When was that? I can go back because we aren't in any hurry of seeing game 1, April 8th. Liking it. Maybe as a woman, you could join me for that one.
I don't know any of that.
Either.
Okay.
To be honest. At AFL, Heresy Alert and Cave Hill in there, says Gregor. Cave Hill. It's a bit of a double one when you think about it, isn't it? Because you think of a cave on a hill. I assume it's relatively high altitude, you think, for the hill. At the moment now, just waiting for this game to get underway, we've been going, like I mentioned, with 30 minutes. Yet to see the first ball. I said that it was going to be 4 minutes and 7 seconds. It's up to 13.
Yeah, I think you're well and truly out of that one.
I thought it was worth a decent shout overall. It wasn't like a huge number, it didn't seem at the first stage, although this seems like it's going to be, okay, another golf ad. We haven't been golfing in a while, have we?
Yeah, I went on Sunday.
In
Kira. You haven't.
I was asleep one night.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Probably going again on Sunday to...
And video, like Bangladesh as well, says MD there, so he's going for Bangladesh in this one, up against South Africa, and whoever wins this one will have the momentum going into the second. I just really hope that we do get to see a win, although I will mention day 4, day 5, and then actually day 2 and day 3 all look like there's going to be some form of rain throughout them, which isn't what we want, is it?
No.
It's about the last thing that you would have been wanting in it. It's that electric cars thingamabob, isn't it, again? We get quite a bit of that ad overall. But yeah, so I guess we should also ask, South Africa batting first, how many runs do you see them getting? Is that slipping off your head, is it? Oh, no, she's going down. There you go. Oh, yeah, no, it is the smallest it can go. That you'll attest to this as well. That headset is very large. For like the smallest setting, it's still very loose. Whereas this one, it squeezes your noggin pretty well.
Yeah, you always got sore ears after it.
And a mark there.
Yeah.
Currently, they are just showing advertisements for the bloody surfing as well. Every sport. Tennis is there. And hey, bro, what kind of pitch is that? And on there says, Abhishek, at the moment, it's looking like a decent one. It didn't look like it was too grassy. Looked like it was going to be probably true bounce for a while, maybe day 3 or day 4. We might see it going down. I leave my headphones have a microphone. There's no mum, so you might have yourself one of these little teeny-weeny boxes. That would normally be what I do to test them. So me and George did when we were out there. Like, he was like testing one too, and he put it in front of me, so I just made a massive loud groan into it.
Okay.
Just because that's what you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Korean Zombie taking on Alexander Volkanovski. Sterling versus Jan. That looks like a good fight card. I know. Burns versus Chimaev. $40 though. That's the dagger. I was like, the Tuscan 3 wickets in there as well. I mean, it's possible. He looks very decent. And also, alongside him, Ibadot Hussain, I feel, will have a good performance on this surface. And speaking of South Africa, they actually ended up winning themselves their match up against the West Indies. But did they lose? Oh, no, sorry. They were playing England, weren't they? And they lost. Whoops.
Yeah.
Got that around the wrong way.
It's England, Aussie in the final, isn't it?
And also, I was on a voice call with my 12-year-old. I was kind of weird. And this is enough, Mum. And also, bro, come on, play the game. Says Betty, yeah, they are still waiting. Start of players delayed. That makes me concerned. Because that's not just like, I don't know when the game's going to be starting at this stage, hopefully soon. And no De Kock, no Van der Dussen, no Makram. And also Bangladesh have their entire squad. There's a bit of a backhanded compliment. Which is a bit of a backhanded compliment, says Sebastian. At least they got some good tunes at the ground, eh?
Yeah, but there's hardly anyone there listening.
We're here. We're listening to it. Right. Start of play still delayed. Not because of rain, though, weirdly enough. Normally you have a rain delay, don't you? But this is a delay because someone had a technical malfunction with the sight screen. Quite a busy road. You want to try and guess what colour the car will be that comes on that side next? I think red.
Right.
You got it, didn't you? Well, that was fun. Where's this match being played? It is in South Africa at Kingmead Stadium in Durban.
Maybe not another one there for a while.
No, really not if they can sort out, or can't sort out the sight screen. That was 3 white trucks in a row, or 3 white vehicles. There's a little yellow one.
A lot of white cars.
You got double or nothing. What's the next one going to be?
What?
It's a motorbike. Yeah, unlucky.
Just about.
Okay, the players are making their way out onto the field. That looks good. And also, what about England making the World Cup final? Nicely bounced back from those 3 losses in the beginning. Yeah, a lot of people wrote them off. So anyway, but now they've got a chance of being able to go up against the Aussies.
Well, they are defending champions, so yeah.
So I guess just picking their moment to go well. And also, Irish need 1 hour or 50 minutes for fixing the sight screen. Although it looks like now they're starting to make their way out. I'm going to laugh if we look at it and it's just an absolutely shocking job.
That doesn't look that flash from here.
Now they're making their way out there, and also I do that on road trips in colour of the car. See, we used to play car cricket, which is kind of like you get 1 point for 1 run for a car. You get out if it's a truck or a trailer. But the problem is everyone's got a truck or a trailer nowadays.
Yeah, they have.
So you get bowled out for like 20. It's like being back in my South Canterbury cricket team.
And buses were 4.
6.
6.
Vans were 4.
Vans were 4.
And then you had those kind of camper vans, and then it's like, what do they count as? You know, if they've got a boat behind, what do you do then?
No, don't do it at summertime.
No. And I was like, what about England? Oh, no, I read that one.
You did.
I'm good at that, aren't I? Yeah. I read about 3 words, and then I'm like, hang on. My brain's kicked in. I've already said that. But currently now, we've got more advertisements for things, but I don't think they're too far away. And Bangladesh missed Tamim Shakib Shuraful, and not a full squad, says Yami there. And also they'll lose to the Aussies because they're the best women's squad in recent history, but successful tournament regardless.
Yeah.
And there says Sebastian. Because that's this weekend, is it?
I'd imagine so.
Sunday, I think.
Is that?
2nd of April. Would that be Sunday? No, that wouldn't. Well, maybe
yes.
3rd.
Yes. Oh, no. Yeah, 3rd. The Black Caps are Saturday.
Up against the Netherlands again. And I got 356 in car cricket once. Jeez, you must have been on a good road. Like, you can't get 5 around these parts. It's always a truck, always a trailer. Like, some people just have a trailer for the sake of it, don't they? They're just like, look at me, I bought a trailer.
Yeah, so you don't do it the last week of February because that's shifting for the uni students are heading somewhere.
Look at that. Nailed it. They've just put all the white sheets over the top of it. Why couldn't they do that at the start? Hard to say. But we're underway now in England and Australia final is April 3rd. And there's Ryan. But now Dean Elgar about to face the first delivery of this match.
35 minutes late.
Here we go. 35 minutes into the game. Whoa, big full toss. Watch out for that one. I ducked.
You did.
But that's going to be 4 runs. What a start to the match.
No ball. Is it? No.
No, just a little bit low enough that it isn't considered as a no ball, but definitely what you would call, oopsies, a loosener, I guess is the best way of describing it, isn't it? But that's the thing. You would have been all ready to go, and then you go out there 35 minutes later after you've warmed down. You tried to warm back up. It's just not quite the same, is it? I have no idea when this first session will end now.
No.
Just because, like, does it go from 2 hours from now since it started, or does it go, like, still 1 hour and 25 till 11? We'll have to wait and see. That one's a bit better from him, but down the leg side, just straying a little bit to the side there for Tuscan Ahmed. He's a very talented bowler. He's got that height. He's got that aggression when he gets it in the right place. I wouldn't mind if he's going to bowl it like this, maybe going round the wicket to Dean Elgar. Currently, Bangladesh, they won the toss and chose to bowl for this matchup. And when we play is 1 for car, 4 for the trailer, 6 for emergency vehicle, and bus out for truck or motorcycle. And there are 6 for emergency vehicle and bus, and out for a truck or motorcycle. Oh, okay. So motorcycle for us, I think, was 2, wasn't it? Quick double run. Oh, that's well bowled. That's very nice. What you saying? Too high? Hit it, did he? You sure?
No.
I got excited.
I know. You got excited.
It's all in miles per hour. That's going to be tricky for us, isn't it? No longer we do get to see 140. Seems like the Tigers are taking the delay well, aimed directly for the skipper's face. And there.
No, I missed it.
It's not terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
Maybe height.
Right.
And also pitching outside legs, probably the other one. I'd like to see that one again, just to find out the curiosity of how much it's bouncing in the early stages. Ahmed liked it.
course you do, because look at the first two balls.
I pitched outside leg, they've said.
Okay.
Well, that one. Now Dean Algar sitting on 4 runs off 3 deliveries. I mean, a dream start to a test match is in a boundary, not off the edge, is a big thing as well, isn't it? Oh, Yorker there. That didn't sound too nice for his bat. Sounded like there might be a little crack forming at the bottom, perhaps. But we've seen a bit of everything from Tuscan Ahmed here. We've seen a full toss. Only thing we haven't seen, bouncer.
But he's all on leg stump at the moment.
Outside leg. Geez, that's a lot more outside leg than I anticipated. That's quite a far way down leg. That's why they didn't go up for it, but that's because of the angle, isn't it? Who do you think they open with at the other end? Ibadot? Would you go Ibadot?
You'd have to, wouldn't you? Well, who else is there?
That's a great question.
Oh,
At the leg side from Algar. Once again. We'll go like that. And we will go like that. You're probably looking, if you didn't go maybe Khalid Ahmed, but I think you go Ibadot Hussain. He's got more pace. And also, if he does what he did to New Zealand, they're going to be in trouble. It was nicely played by Dean Algar, trying to pitch it up a little bit more. There was Tuscan to see if he could end up enticing him into it. Boom. I like the sound effects.
Yeah, I heard that before. I'm thinking someone just got shot.
Or left alone.
But that's a better line.
It is. Tuscan Ahmed finishes off that over 6 runs off it for South Africa. So they are trying to make up for lost time here for the first little while. But there's going to be 6 for none after, I mean, I want to say 38 minutes of play, but really it's 3 minutes of play, isn't it?
Yeah.
86 miles per hour. I struggle to remember my conversions. So that was me. I'll put my hand up and say that was my fault. Got you a bit, didn't I?
You did.
Carlia Verena. It'll be an interesting one to watch bat, I think. This match, I think he's keeping as well, isn't he? His matchup, whereas Lytton Dus going to be the keeper for Bangladesh. If it's anything like Mohammad Rizwan, their fingers are going to be very sore by the end of it because he keeps on getting them right on the tip of the finger. Just repeatedly, whether it's ODI, whether it's test match, it's just always smacking straight into there. Yeah, but Hussain, right. His best figure is 4 for 46. Oh, sorry, 6 for 46, I believe.
Against us?
Against us, yep. They both, that's the thing, South Africa and Bangladesh at times played very well against the Black Caps.
They did, didn't they? Which
is why there's that little bit more intrigue of who's going to win this one. You can go with Khalid Ahmed. You have bouncer like Jasper Brumrah. And as I says, Ryan, although do you want to use up his energy that early on? That was almost in the air. Was it a half chance? It was a misfield out through point. And Mahedi having to chase after that one. And they do get through for, I believe that was they got back for 2. Good running between the wickets. And also Friday tomorrow, rugby, yes. Because indeed, it is going to be the game between the Highlanders and the Crusaders. South Island derby. It's always an exciting one. And also following that, I believe it is Waratahs versus Fiji and Drua, the return of Michael Hooper. Excited for that one. I'll play it once again, right in behind it there.
When do the Kiwi teams go to Aussie? That must be in the next week or 2, is it?
I think mid-April, late April, I think somewhere around there. I think we've got 2 or 3 more rounds. And I think they're just making up the games that they missed out on for now.
No, okay.
Although, weirdly, the Rebels don't play this weekend, neither do the Western Force. So I'm not too sure why, but that game, like it hasn't been postponed or anything. It's just no game for them. So I'm not too sure whether or not they make that up later. And maybe they sacrificed a couple teams to be able to play later in the competition so that New Zealand can make up those other games. Not too sure what it is, but it's looking good. The back line of the Crusaders is just insane, but they lost up against they lose against the Chiefs, didn't they? Then they beat the Chiefs. George was here for that game.
Memorable, was it?
Yeah. It was an interesting one. You never know what to expect with a George live stream.
No.
Keeps me on my toes.
I bet he does.
Give a door.
You won't be able to beep them either.
Nah, not. I have to get a beep button for any time I think he's going to swear. I just beep it straight away. Irvia, 99 matches in his first-class career, so it's taken him quite a while to get to the international level, as this is only about his fourth or third test match. But he's got potential, and no one's even going to notice that the Rebels aren't playing. Doesn't make much difference.
Just knock yourself out.
And yeah, Western Force is another team that bowled just outside of the off stump there. Evidently liked it.
He did.
And he one ball left of his over. DRS timer, I doubt they'll go up for that one.
Nothing to go up for.
Not particularly. That bounced on quite nicely. I don't know whether that hit the seam and decided to keep on skidding. Yep, it did. Almost came off as an off cutter. Don't think it was intentional, though. In fact, it would have been a leg cutter, wouldn't it? Oh, it's bouncing nicely. And that will be the end of the second over now, 8 for none here for South Africa. If you're just not quite able to get onto that one, I've just realised, right? Both South African openers, they have their last name starting with E. At the moment, that's all I got.
Okay.
I was trying to think of who else they had, but then I realised it wasn't it wasn't actually the case for everyone else. In fact, everyone in the South African side, perhaps they have an E in their name, but maybe not. Who we got? Alga Keegan does, Timber Bavuma does, Ryan Rickleton does, Verena does, Mulder does, Kishav does, Harmer does. Williams ruins it for the whole team. Nicely played late there. Other than that, though, it wasn't a terrible shout, was it?
No.
Just a random, useless fact. And also, we've got there, you can go with, I read that one. It also finally got the scoreboard fixed, or the site screen. They were able to get some white sheets over it or something along those lines. And we are going to be underway. And also, Hamish, Hamish will see Devon Conway batting today in the IPL. Yeah, he did have a bit of a rough first game. I guess you'd say 3 runs off 8 deliveries, wasn't it?
Well, Kane Williamson was about the same, wasn't he?
I think he only got 1, didn't he?
Yeah, off 5, 4.
Not ideal for the Kiwis.
No, but apparently they catch. But debatable whether it was a catch or not.
I see. Nice.
I didn't see it, but
earlier controversy.
Yep, read the headlines. As you do.
Yeah.
Tim Southey bowled well.
Did he?
Yep.
See, they didn't actually play him in the first match, did they?
I don't know, but he played. I saw something.
Oh, nice bit of swing there, but it's going to be nicely just punched down the ground from Algar. He's going to be running at least the 2. I think they'll get back for 3. Tell you what, that's really shot on, and that's going to be 4 runs. Nicely done. Yeah, and unfortunately, just not quite able to cut that one off as quickly as he would have liked to. Algar moves up into double figures. 10 runs off 9 deliveries. So it does seem as if they're just trying to make up for the last time, although that was nothing more than a 4 defensive with just a little bit of extra oomph.
Yeah, just went.
Unfortunately for him, he kept it in originally, then it hit the foot. And then ended up knocking it away to the boundary there. But there was no follow through for that. It was just and then it just shot away, didn't it? And unfortunately for the fielder, just not quite able to stop it. Oh, aggressive bowling from Tuscan Ahmed. You keep on getting the hiccups.
You do.
Hey, it's 129 kilometres. Oh, they might actually show both.
Okay.
For us simple folk. Can't work out the conversions. Also, Tim Southey, though, 3 wickets yesterday against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Nicely done, Southey. That's the thing. He's probably got 1 or 2 years left, so he might as well make a big impact in the IPL and make some good money, you know? Get those big paychecks. First thing you'd do if you got a big paycheck, you'd get a house in Twizel. Yeah. And a Corvette. No. What one's the car that you wanted? Is it a Corvette?
No, your dad likes a Mustang.
Oh, okay, he's gone round the wicket now, Tuscan Ahmed.
Though in saying that, an apartment in Christchurch in the CBD would be cool.
Oh, Uber Eats.
Mm.
I need to start practicing my cricket, won't I?
Mm.
Signed for the IPL. Although saying that, we're going to be bowling to you soon.
Mm.
You got another Black Ferns run in you? The outside of the off stump. And it is just Lee Falona. Still lost, though, Andre Russell with a generous economy of 15.5. What a man, eh? Jeez, that's not good. How many surely he only bowls 2 overs for that. If he bowls any more than that, you have to question some things.
Well, it depends what he went for in 1 over. He might have gone for, say, 15 off 2, give him another one, and went for 30.
Also, yes, RCB win. And there says Ryan as well. But it looks like, is that the South African side? It is. There's a couple of very young-looking players in there. Second man in the front row looks like it's take your child to work day. Doesn't look very old at all. I think that might be one of the young bowlers, I want to say.
Okay.
Side of off stump once again left alone there. Nebadot just charging in. I'm getting close to 800. And there's Shannon as well. At 14 for none currently as we sit here. And 2.2 overs, but still hands off the ball. Mon IQ in there as well, says Sebastian. And also we look at there. I don't love cricket, or I don't like cricket. I really don't. I love it. And there. That was it the West Indies cricket song? Or World Cup cricket song, was it?
One of them.
Well, they might have got a West Indian singer to do it.
Oh, okay.
You're looking up some stats?
No, I'm just adding Tribe to my new phone.
My mother got a new one. Misclicked the flag in there as well. And also Russell asked to wear all that jewellery. And there says Jay, probably. I think at the moment, who's the one who's got even more than him currently? I know Jofra Archer's got a couple chains, but there's another guy who's got like 10 around the neck, or 5.
Really?
And it just goes as he like runs in. So a fun time, That's going to be the moment South Africa at Kingsmead. Played 44, won 14, lost 16, drawn 14. That's very even, isn't it? And head-to-head in test matches up against Bangladesh. Bangladesh have never beaten South Africa in a test match. South Africa have won 10, drawn 2. And also he does JR, but it all costs less than his bowling economy. Show Pony's wearing all that. And Zingy Marley rings a bell. And there's us, his young boy, and also Losib. And this is Jay. I know that one of the bowlers, he had like a chain in his pocket or something. And like one of the commentators, I think it was Mark Richardson, was saying about how that would put me off big time as a batsman. Because as he was about to run in, he'd go, and then bowl. But who's that?
Alan Donald on the right.
Oh, hey.
And on the left, not 100% sure.
It's not Patel, is it? Who's Jeetan Patel tied in with?
Normally England. County clubs.
I think you're right there. I know he's with someone as a coach, isn't he?
Well, he was in England for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah. And there's tomorrow Mitchell Marsh will to India from Pakistan. And there's Ryan, because he's still having injury troubles, isn't he? Which is a bit of a shame, because he's had a lot of them recently. And every time we think he's coming right, injured again. Apparently Irvia sitting 2 runs off 11. Elgar, though, making up for that run rate. 12 off 12 this current point in time. Charges in, nicely played. So we haven't actually had anything come up down the bottom saying the adjusted session times.
No.
Or anything like that. So I assume they're still going to be just doing the exact same sessions. And it's as if you've had, well, really, it's as if you've had a rain delay, but it's for something that really shouldn't have happened.
So just lost time.
Oh, I thought that was just about to be the one that pops up. But the next tour is going to be on the 8th of April. The next test series that's going to be, you know how to say that?
No.
I think it's Chikibera or something. I'm trying to think of Nkboka's name. And he's got the Q in there as well. Chickenburger. And also we've got there, all West Indians have earrings and necklaces. It's just their style. And they've got that swagger, don't they?
I have, yes.
You know, if you're West Indian and you don't rattle when you walk, means you ain't got enough chains on. You know? You do have a small bit of the jewellery, don't you? You're flexing on the haters.
What? Well, it's just a
solid gold worth 15K.
Yeah, right. No, it was a going away present from when I left work in Christchurch.
I see.
So that was a few years ago.
It would have been, yeah.
Alzheimer.
You're a bit older than me, innit? And also, we have got that laugh face from JP Meyer. Well, that one. Do you know what flexing on those haters means?
No.
Okay, so pretty much it means like showing, hey, look at what I've got that you don't have. So you're just a hater, boy.
Okay.
So like,
but that's not a West Indian chain.
No. So you could flex on the Hobart Hurricanes supporters or on anyone who doesn't support them. And as you are correct, it is the 8th of April. Yeah. I did pop it up before, so I got a little bit lucky there, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Now running him once again, it is going to be Tuscan Ahmed. Oh, he's got such aggression. He's an angry boy, but only 127 Ks. Not as quick as I thought he would have been going in there. But that going to be another dot. And have you ever had an earring, Hamish? Just curious? Nah. Nah, nothing. My lobes are just there, aren't they? You got earrings at the moment? You only put them in for special occasions, don't you?
Yeah, I don't wear them very often. Because they annoy me.
It must feel weird having something dangling from your ear. Or not? Do you get used to it?
Yeah, no, they can get annoying if it's too heavy, but some people love it. I don't know how they do it.
What about, would you ever get one of those ones that's like that tube or like a ring that leaves a whole gaping hole in your ear? No?
No.
You wouldn't do that?
No. That looks bizarre.
Painful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. 4.3 overs down at the moment. Everybody on strike here. Oh, once again. I mean, if he's using up this much energy for his first few overs, he's going to be buggered by the end of day one. You know?
From memory, though, he used to run in like this against us, didn't he?
Just a little bit too wide outside of the off stump there for the angle he's trying to create up against Irvia. So they're actually both left-handers, aren't they?
Yep.
For their opening combo. Will Young, is he left or right-hander?
Right.
Australia, they have two lefties in Kawaja and Warner. Quite a few actually have more left-handers than right-handers now. I think that's from like the Hussey days of like...
Yeah.
That was when left-handers really started.
Well, you know, Michael Hussey was a right-handed. And he thought, no, I'm going to switch to left-handed here.
I think that's because his idol was left-handed, wasn't he? So he was like, you know what? This right-handed stuff's not my thing. I'll try and switch so that I can be like him. Probably helped him in his career too. Be that left-handed batsman. And we're even with the in it thing. Which the other day I used nah. I didn't even know where that came from, Sebastian. Well, that one as well. What did I say the other day that I got stumped by? I said something so casually. I know I called Sebastian, I think it was Bud or Buddy a little while ago. No, it might have been Bro. I called him something that I don't normally say. But then there was something else that I said way too casually that I like didn't even think about. But I think that's just from like talking. It's the end of the over, though. 3 runs per over coming for South Africa so far. 15 for none. A lot of birds nearby.
Probably more birds than people.
Currently now, Bangladesh, they're sitting there in 8th. South Africa in 2nd. So if they win the series, they're going to be going not too badly in the Test ranking, South Africa. And maybe, who knows, maybe they face Australia in the final. Be a pretty good one, wouldn't it?
Well, is it given that Australia's going to be in the final?
I think it is.
So
they're just good.
So how many more games have they got?
I think they've got quite a few. England have played 12.
Yeah, and they're not looking good.
No, poor Sebastian, eh? He showed me a record of like their games, and there was like the last 17 they hadn't, or they'd had one win. Last 17 Test matches. I was like, he's not the boy I subscribe to anymore, but he still haunts me in this exhibition. Yeah, it was real weird. So it just like went too casually, and I think I was talking about how the only time I've ever used that word is like if I was saying like maybe Buddy the Elf or something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, just Buddy is not one that rolls off the tongue.
I get called an emails from this guy. He calls me Buddy.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah, because I said it to you.
Yeah, so Sebastian, it might be my mum's fault. No.
It's always my fault.
No.
When you're younger, it was always mum's fault.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. We always get the blame. That's easier that way.
It is. It's easy to not take any responsibility, isn't it? I've learned that from my time on YouTube. People are just like, nah, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Or they forget what they've said and they're like, nah, it wasn't me. You know?
It
was someone else. Someone hacked my account.
Yeah.
That was a green screen for a second. I was a bit worried that we were going to lose coverage. Outside off stump, Algar once again leaves it alone from Eberdot, who's only gone for 2 runs on his first 2.2 overs here. 2.3 overs, in fact. Algar looks concentrated.
Sounds funny. Concentrated.
Oh, they're going to do some drawing. We should get a drawing board. A little whiteboard for you.
Why?
Just so you can draw stuff. You're like, are you any good at drawing?
No.
No. Neither.
No.
Oh, how about now? How are you feeling, Algar? Because that one got you straight in the bollocks. And that. And the gonads.
I don't know. Did it?
And both testicles for Algar. Poor man.
I don't need to know exactly.
How would you analyse that?
Oh, yeah. Gonads.
Straight in them for Algar.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, mum. Top tips. Tip Top's the one. Good on you, mum. Breed commercial in there. Oh, I want a choc bar now, or a jelly tip. One of the Tip Top ones, you know. You like those? Oh, nice quick single taken by Algar, which is impressive to be able to run after getting smacked where he was.
I prefer Eskimo pies. Are they called that still?
Well, they should be, but they might call them Inuit pies now. Just because that. And does the batter have children? I believe he would by now, Algar. And if he doesn't, it's unlucky. Adoption's a better option. Sounded very harsh, didn't it? But
it did.
More off the fact that his balls don't work now because they got hit. Am I digging a hole?
Yep.
A little bit.
Keep going. Or stop.
Now, Irvia on strike. Nice shot. And that will be a little bit of a misfield from Bangladesh, but it doesn't cost them a run. 141 Ks for that last ball of Everdot. And it's going to be 16 for none. Okay, so 14 off 20. And Irvia, a little bit of a slower build-up. I can't tell if this is drinks or just having a bit of a chat and a bit of a drink. Maybe a glove. Getting quite down with the towel. I think it's about 27 degrees, I think I saw.
So warm enough.
Currently, South Africa, they have not lost a wicket. We've had 6. And Algar should adopt from Joe Root's orphanage. And there's Joe Root got his tested. Got them tested in the Ashes. He went all right. with the getting smacked there. It was literally as if there was a magnet on the end every time. You know, I guess why that is why they wear a cup. Although I've heard it can still hurt. It does still hurt. Overall, the cup is just a nice little, I guess, protection mechanism to make you think that you're going to be all right, but really you're not. Like,
it's like a lot of things. If it still gets hit there, it sometimes hurts more.
Sometimes it's not the ones that hit straight on that are the most painful. It's the ones that brush the side of the cup that then shoves the cup to the side, you know? But like, I know there was a clip of Kane Williams and he got smacked in the box. He took the box out and it was shattered in half. So like, as nice as it is to think it would do something, I guess it's same as a helmet or anything like that. It's there to protect you, but sometimes it doesn't do too well. And I wonder if it hurts off a spin delivery. I think it also depends on where it gets you. Like, I've been smacked with a couple, but that one was also off one that was going a lot slower than the international spinners, and I tried a reverse sweep. Only time I ever like, I can't do reverse sweeps without getting smacked with the ball. You know, I tried a few every time hit with the ball. Even sweep shots I suck at.
I don't even know how to do a sweep shot.
We'll test you out. My mum tries 100 sweep shots. That can be a video.
Jesus.
Test out the knees.
Surely after 100 I'll be able to hit one.
I'd have to bowl them straight enough for you to be able to hit one first, though, wouldn't I? But yeah, we've got, now that mum's phone's arrived, you want to show them your new beauty of a thing. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice?
My first Apple phone.
Yes. You enjoying it so far?
It's a bit slow to get everything on there.
Yeah, like that, right? And you take a selfie. There you go. You make that your profile picture.
I'm still new to how to get out of things.
But pretty much the good news about mum having her new phone now is I believe I've been given about 90% permission to tape her old phone to the stumps for the stump cam of our cricket video.
Really?
Yeah.
So that I didn't realise it was the stumps. I thought it was just on the back there somewhere.
I mean, we could put it on the back instead, somewhere up the wall or something, and give it a go. Put it in close on a little tripod. And I was at David Boone got done by Alan Donald once, bad stuff. And there it says wise one. And I was a spinner's ball at 80 odd kilometres an hour. It can still hurt. And there, and I was, it'd be a laugh if the spin effect gets your balls tangled. Fashion. Be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Oh, okay. South African Test players in the IPL: Rabada, Nokia, Janssen, Makram, Pretorius, and Miri. All playing for actually almost different teams other than Janssen and Makram. And they're joined together at the Sunrisers Hyderabad.
So that's pretty tough, isn't it? Because you look at I mean, I know we're only playing the Netherlands, but we're still missing a whole team. Outside
edge for 4. That's what that was. That wasn't me cutting her off, but that was me signaling the 4 in a miniature version. If I cut her off, she'd smack me. It's like Will Smith, eh? No. I saw that moment the other day. Yeah. It was a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, not a good look.
No.
Both stuffed up, really.
Yeah. Or just sneaking through. Oh, but yeah, I was saying about how putting your phone in close is like this sacrificial lamb type thing.
Yeah, well, I suppose if I don't need it anymore.
No.
I'm just going to make sure I've got everything transferred on here first.
I think if we put it strategically behind the stumps so that when the stumps fall down, the phone still is attached to the stumps.
What? Do you think you're going to bowl me?
No, I just think it might be a nice place to put it, just see your footwork. I want to see all those little movements.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't move very often.
It's a nice shot. Work to the leg side. It's going to be a good chase. That's a weird long boundary. I think he might have fallen onto the boundary there.
Might be a 4.
Unfortunately. So that might be another boundary for South America.
He was a bit clumsy.
It was a bit. He's a big boy, though.
Yeah, he is.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Tuscan Ahmed, right. He gets the hand on it. He's falling. He's falling. He's falling. Oh, no. It's a 4.
It's a 4.
And also the stumps will be the safest place for the ball while Hamish is bowling. Yep.
We'll test the theory.
That's the thing. I've got a couple ideas that I'm not going to spoil yet. You know one or two of them. And I think it's more likely that I'll hit that, the thing that I was telling you about, than actually any stumps or anything. Like, that's the thing. Leg spin's not good from myself. It could go anywhere. That's the thing. I don't want to hit you, though. And if I hit you, everything's going way outside off stump. Just to make sure that I don't hit you again with the ball.
You're not going to hit me.
You sure? What if it's like a big full toss with a leg spin delivery?
Oh, okay. No ball.
You just rip the fingers at me. Be good content, wouldn't it? And charging down.
Yeah. Oi.
And phone not ball. And there says Jay. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, I'd like to think if I was to get you out bowled, it would be a maximum 1 or 2. So as long as the phone doesn't get smashed in those 1 or 2 balls, we're good.
Yeah.
You want to put your new phone outside of the area on a tripod? No, like it's in somewhere safe.
Like it's somewhere safe, yeah.
Although where is safe, you know?
Yeah, well, we see that's the problem, isn't it?
A well done one, I reckon.
I haven't played for quite a long time, so nowhere's safe.
No, top edges, I think, is my biggest concern. Straight drive could be good.
Oh, yep, I'm good at that.
And I reckon Hamish would be a ruthless bowler, bounces for days, ruthless aggression.
Not against his mother, though.
No, not against anyone, really.
No.
That's why I bowled spin, because I didn't want to hurt anyone.
Pussy.
Jeez.
There
Yeah. Although you want to face pace as well, don't you? But it won't be pace. It'll be like medium to slow.
Yeah, because it comes onto the back, so you can hit it.
Also, you've just given me a little secret.
Well,
I'll just bowl it like 50k so that you have to really put all of your emphasis in it.
Oh, that'll, yeah. The slower the worse.
Yeah. They're very happy, aren't they? Bangladesh coaching staff. And what if Will Smith's batting is on there, says Sebastian?
Enough said.
Oh, close. That's the thing. I feel like that's the thing. Even as, sorry, I said that's the thing way too many times this last week.
Yeah.
Even if it was someone like back in the day for me bowling pace, I used to bowl cutters all the time so that it was slightly slower as well. Don't know why. It's just, yeah, it always bowled slightly slower. It's like playing like, what else is there? Something else that I always make sure, it's like passing the ball to someone. I always pass it slightly lower so there's no chance of it hitting them in the face if they miss it. In fact, actually, it is cricket when I'm throwing the ball back to Dad. If he's doing the bowling, it always comes down at about his kneecap, and I have to start biffing it a bit harder because or else then you just have to keep on ducking down and getting it. You know? Soft.
You see, I used to bowl across the seam too because I couldn't control the swing because it was only a two thing, you know what?
Two piece.
Yeah.
That's a large South African flag.
It is, isn't it?
He'll be tired by the end of the day. It's actually a good strategy. Send your kid to the cricket with a massive fan / flag because the breeze will be getting you on the side as well every once in a while. And then they'll go home, they'll be all tuckered out and they'll go sleep. Smart positioning there in the shade. Everyone wearing it, not really. I was going to say everyone's wearing a cap, but then I realized about 5 people aren't in that one as well. Currently now lying on the ground, it is going to be, I believe it's Khalid Ahmed now, will be added in, the 29-year-old right-arm medium bowler. Medium, you're probably looking at 130-ish, I would say, somewhere around those lines. matches, only 4 and 1 wicket, average of 291.
Strike rate 465. Oh.
460. Who's he been playing against? Chris Gale.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Is that his 1 day figures?
No.
No, surely not. Okay, well, he'll be hoping for a wicket, I think. Try and decrease that average from 291. Oh, it's a nice shot straight away, and it's going to be a single off him. Not what you want to bowl as a new bowler, a half volley outside off stump.
Yeah.
Just to test out the eye coordination or hand-eye coordination of Earthier there. It's like any bowler all over the park. Then this is JP. Because I know that some rugby players, I know that this is a weird transition, but some rugby players are very good at cricket as well, aren't they? So that always makes me wonder, do you think some cricket players are also very good at rugby? Like, because I know Caelan Boshier, he went over, Josh McKenzie, another player who's done it.
Well, a lot of them, when they're playing schoolboy stuff, they could play the first 11 at school and then rugby in the winter. But because the codes have basically crossed over, rugby's got earlier and earlier. Cricket doesn't finish until sort of late February, March. They had to choose basically when they left school probably what sport they had to play or wanted to play.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Because Goldie was good. They're both.
I was a shock horror. And there else says David for that one. But I guess at some stage we might have to do the predictions of how many times do they think I can get you out on 100 balls. How many times do you, because we'll count catches and whatnot. I'm going to have strategic fielders around.
Okay.
Like I'm going to be allowed like 5. I'm not going to go full 11 like I got my short fine leg and blah, blah, blah. I'll just have like 1 deep somewhere. Or have a ring field, in fact. So if you hit me hard enough, you can go over the top of them.
So we're going to have a third umpire to decide on these as well.
Oh, we might need one.
Yeah, I think
or else the arguments
might start. Yeah.
Although we all know how I go in arguments.
I'd win.
So I'd pretty much ask for LBW.
I'll go nut.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay. Even if it's plum as all plumness, you'll be like, nut, not out. Like, Mum. You're like, nut.
Well, when I was playing cricket back in the day, I got out LBW and I knew it was out because I shifted my leg just to confuse the umpire, but the umpire said, no, you're out. I said, yeah. And when I got back to the where all the rest of our players was, and she goes, oh, did he give you out? That was a bad decision. I says, no, it was plum. So she shut up there. But she's thinking, oh, you shouldn't have been out. I said, yeah, it was plum.
See, I feel like we would need an umpire, wouldn't we?
Would.
And then you can review it, and then we'll go back afterwards and decide how many wickets you got. We'll have to do the ball tracking. I think you can actually get an application on your phone that does that.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow. Geez, we're going to be very technical then.
Yeah. I think it costs a bit of money. You got some money?
Nice.
Yeah, get the spin vision and whatnot.
It's just
be very
cricket.
Be very professional. We'll have a scoreboard down the bottom of the screen, ticking over each time.
Jeez. We don't want to get too technical, do we?
Nah. At the end of the day, I probably won't even add a scoreboard. It'll just be like, geez. Although if it did, it would be like a 50, or not 50 hours, but probably a full 20-hour editing or so. But I feel like it would also be kind of worth it, like to just add every little detail.
Do I get a final say on the final version?
As long as you don't go like, oh, I got out that ball, leave that out.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they'll be like, it would be interesting. They'll be like, that was only 97 balls. And I'll be like, yep, because my mum made me cut out the 3 that got her out. So she only had 97 in the video. Yeah. And I don't listen to his smack talk. He's trying to psych you out.
Oh, I'm used to it. I grew up with brothers. They always try to psych me out of shit as well.
I feel like my trash talk needs work though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I'm going to get you out a few times.
Then I'll go, no, you're not.
And I'll be like, oh,
Okay.
yeah, all right. We'll have to film it soon, though, because it's starting to get dark.
It is. It's daylight saving this weekend. Yeah.
Current run rate of 3.33 per over 9 overs, down 30 for none here for South Africa.
You actually have to wake up during the day, though.
That's true. Who do we get as umpire? Billy Bowden. Get him to come over.
I think your father.
Yeah. He's got the white brim hat.
He has.
The jacket.
Yeah. God, we're going all out, aren't we?
Although that's the problem as well, is if you were like to him, right, you're umpiring. If it's Plum, does he side with you or does he side with me?
He'll side with you.
Will he though?
Yeah.
You might be quiet on the ride home.
As long as the beer's cold when we get home, it doesn't matter.
The beers and ice packs after my brutal onslaught of bouncers.
Yeah.
Once again, just left alone. I believe Aberdot's still bowling, isn't he? Yes, he is. Kind of forgot the cricket was going on, to be honest.
Oh, it's a test match.
Not
very exciting, are they, at the moment? So.
I mean, it has been. I think it's because of the 35 minutes.
Yeah, that was.
So
silly.
For us, it seems like they've been going an hour and 20 and only got 30 runs.
Yeah, no,
really. They've only been going for about maybe 40 minutes and got 30 runs type thing.
What's that?
But you click. That's your flashlight.
Yeah, no, does it? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
So it's actually on that screen. What a great idea. I don't have to go finding it.
And also, do we stick with this test or do we switch to the ODI when it starts? Sebastian, it's a great question. Pakistan versus Australia.
Oh, is that tonight, is it?
Yeah. It's a very good question. I hadn't actually thought about it, really. Probably should have.
Should have. It's not like you not remember that.
Hi, sis. Hi, guys. Welcome in, mate.
How's it going?
Hope you are doing well. It's a great question, Sebastian. You're asking the good ones.
What's the answer?
Don't know. I'm trying to decide. The only problem with the ODI is I always feel bad for only doing one innings. It might depend on who's batting first, perhaps. But then by the time I set it up after knowing who's batting first, it won't give me a lot of time, will it? But we'll see. We'll see how we go. And 31 runs in 9 overs. It's way quicker than the Pakistan run rate in the ODI. And answer buffering in there as well. Said Sebastian and I guys said hi. And there's, I hope you're doing well, mate. Currently, Pakistan, they are about to be playing up against Australia, aren't they? And then also England, West Indies is finished. So I believe the next tour for either of those sides is going to be in about June. On the league side. That was my fault again. Sorry about that. Got you good, didn't I?
Did. Yeah.
Very sneaky. Moment, Elgar. 28 off 36. Up in the air, wasn't it? But straight over the slip, Gordon. And no real risk for him in that situation, was there? Elgar sitting on 28. Is IPL scripted in there? I mean, it's a great question. Anytime we did a BBL live stream, we got the same question for the BBL. So I think everyone for every competition around the world thinks there's some sort of match fixing going on.
Really?
But then normally, that's the thing. If you end up like scripting things, it only takes a little bit of time. And then if you get done, like, it's like the Aussie situation all over again, isn't it? Or Lou Vincent, was it?
Yep.
He ended up, what did he have? Did he get jail or just banned from cricket?
Banned from cricket for life, didn't he?
It was one of those ones that as a player, you're risking your whole career to make an extra little bit of money. But
and
you've got
get quite a bit now, don't they?
So there's no need to go for it type thing. You just play the game. That's an interesting high five, isn't it? The high five slap on the back of the glove. Irvia was laughing about it a little bit. And the plan is to sack Root, give the captaincy to Stokes, and get Langer on board. Not sure about it, but it seems that's what the ECB are aiming for. in there, because you mentioned about how NASA is saying wants Ricky Ponting in there. And like all match last over thriller. And now I think it's just very even sides at times. Like we'll probably have a few. That's a great shot from Irvia. Rocks back on the back foot, says, yep, that'll do me out for mid-wicket. And does end up getting himself another 4 runs. Current run rate of 4.43 here.
That's pretty good for a test match.
It is. They've decided to speed up here. And I mean, South Africa, they've probably been witnessing West Indies. They've been witnessing England. They've been witnessing all of those games that haven't been able to find a result. And now this one, they've gone, right, well, we don't know if we're getting those overs back for our sight screen playing up. So,
yeah, no, you said the weather's a bit dicey. So,
yeah, I think day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8. No, there's not that many days. But day 3, day 2, where are we? Durban, aren't we? I'm going to get the weather report up, the weather forecast. So, yeah, if I was really quick, I could add it behind me on the screen and kind of do what the weathermen do, you know, like showers up here, but I won't. Durban at the moment, it's 29 degrees, 70% chance of rain tomorrow with thunderstorms. Saturday's 90% chance of rains with thunderstorms. Sunday's 60% chance of rain with thunderstorms. Might be wet. And Ponting doesn't want to spend time away from his family. Personally, I'm willing to pay to get a job away from my family. And as I said,
that's why they NASA said to have Ponting for just the test matches, and have someone like Paul Collingwood for the 1 days and T20.
I hope your family don't also watch these live streams, Abdullah. Or else you might have to sleep on the couch tonight.
Or outside.
Irvia's best is 200 not out in first class cricket.
But then his average is 38.9, which some would consider isn't bad, but
isn't huge either, is it?
No. So that maybe the average started climbing later in his career or something. So that's why he's been picked now.
He looks a bit warm.
He does, doesn't he?
Although if it's 29 degrees, probably some reason behind it.
Are they going to have a drink spray?
I think they may have had it before. Or if they have one, I think it will be in about 12 minutes' time.
Okay.
So that will be when they've been going for an hour.
I'm out of here after that.
Yeah. My mum's body's going to be ditching me.
Yeah, well, some of us have to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be all by myself in the office.
Should I come in?
If you want.
I just run rampage around the office. Turn it into an indoor cricket area.
Yeah, go for it.
Or
we've got a big long corridor.
We'll play cricket in your office with a hard ball.
No.
No?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Good title. Probably not worth the expenses of having to fix all of our problems that we do cause from it.
Imagine if I cracked it down the hall and someone came in.
Definitely with the steps as well.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
No. We'll see how we go, though. Maybe one day. There we go. Oops. I just make sure my phone's still charging. I hope you're all well. We are indeed.
Yeah, a bit tight on it.
Tight, but hopefully now that we've had our one, I'd like to say that will be the only delay that we have for the whole match, but it just won't be, sadly, because of the rain that is around. But hopefully today at least we get a full day worth of cricket. I'm not sure whether or not we are covering it right through to the end of today, as that will take us through to, with that delay as well, you're probably looking at about 5 a.m. New Zealand time, somewhere around there. We'll see how we go. Might be all right, mightn't it?
Well, it depends what you plan. Yeah, sure.
That's true. Oh, it's disappeared. I think the drone went too high. That's not good. Please come back. If it ends up playing up, I feel like it makes the next decision very easy, doesn't it?
It does.
Sorry for the interruption. We're doing our best to get it back on the air. Normally that only takes about a minute or so, but that's not what we want. I currently got no power in my house, fridge not working, and nothing is. So you can say that. So you're in Melbourne as well, so I wonder whether or not power cut or maybe accident, something like that, near a power pole. Oh, they're back. Okay. Oh, Or are they? It's kind of flashing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not the best.
Dean Elgar sitting 32 off 38. Great start for things. And also Joy Bangla in there. Says GM2K22. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Nice cut shot there by Elgar. That's going to be racing away. He loves South African conditions. And he could be working his way towards another half century, if not maybe a century as well. See, he knows the tactic. Give the child a flag, and the child will go like that all day and then sleep all the way home.
He'll be up all night. Yeah.
But at least if he's up all night, he'll be able to watch Australia versus Pakistan.
True.
And the IPL. Also, now wire cuts, I think. So I assume wire cuts, that would be actually the electric or the power company, wouldn't it? For some reason, I think of like someone sneaking around and then just grabbing the wires and, you know, one of those. That's another good shot from Elgar. I'm going to give him a clap. Oh, played by Elgar. Now moves up to 44. Or is that a lie? That's a lie. He moves up to 40 or 40 here, and that is a 50-run partnership between these two individuals. Very nicely done by Elgar and Irvia, who hasn't really had a lot of time to bat. Or he's faced 29 balls. He's got himself 12 runs off that, and Elgar to get to 50, I hope, nearly there as well. And Dad thinks rats and mice have eaten cords. Like mice?
No.
You hate rats more, though, don't you?
I hate both.
Do you prefer a mice or a snake in your garden?
Oh, neither.
Okay. Fair enough. Tarantula.
I don't mind spiders.
What a tarantula, though.
That'd be quite cute, wouldn't it?
Quite cute. Okay. Baby alligator.
No.
Quite cute.
No.
No. Can't think of anything else. It's dangerous. No, I can't think of anything.
Oh.
Lion. Little baby lion. That'd be cute, wouldn't it? Yeah. The Elgar now once again on strike for the bowling of Eberdot. Nice shot there. That's going to be another 4 runs.
Put someone out there.
They probably should soon. And also, I've got there, Amish, I got some news for you. I can't believe, oh no. Discord's a better option. Put it on there. My mum will either shake her head in disapproval of you, which will probably be the case, depending on what it is, ain't it, Mumsy? Shot from Elgar. He just knows South African conditions well as the captain, doesn't he? And it seems to be, if he can sort out his away from home tours, like he's got good potential at the top of the order. I'm going to do it. A good stunning shot is what they've got on the side screen with a couple little glimpses of glitches. What? Is that the end of it must be the end of the over, I guess. It looked like they were ready to go for the next over, but then they just, I think it might have been a no ball.
Jack didn't.
Is what I'm thinking. But it might not be as well. It was very weird how quickly they cut away. It was just on the ground. We back? Yeah, we are. And Khaled has bowled 1 ball.
Yeah.
So I think they were just ready to go for the next over. They were trying to make up a little bit of time perhaps. But leading run scorers in cricket, Tendulkar, Ponting, Callis, Dravid, Cook, Sangakkara, Lara, Chandapal, Jayawardene, and then it is Border.
Border.
Why are we showing this list? I assume because of the South African on there, more than likely.
Callis.
Because I would have thought normally when they show something like that, it's because someone's close to it, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they show them. But he's nowhere near that, is he?
Nah, he's a wee way off. Oh, almost an inside edge. Elgar wants the quick single. They do get through. Good communication between the two batsmen. No, they seem to be on the same wavelength, which is important. Me and you are on the same wavelength, aren't we?
No.
Think of a number between 1 and 10, okay? And when I say go, then you say it. After that, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 4. Let's see close. It's only 1 away. That was the point I was making. We're very close. Another one. 3, 2, 1, go. 7.
5.
Yep. 2 away this time. It wasn't as impressive. And sent you a message. And he says, and so we will bring it up at the end of the over, and my mum can either disapprove of you or be happy. And I also thought there would be more people in the stadium. I thought so too. I know that they have to show their vaccine pass or actually a negative PCR test to be able to go into the ground if you're unvaccinated. If vaccinated, I think you can just get in with your pass.
You should be able to, yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit disappointing. Definitely because of the fact that tomorrow, the next day, all supposedly will have rain. So I would have thought that today, for day one, would be the perfect time to go down and give it a look. But maybe they're only allowed a certain amount in attendance. I would say possibly like 2,300. And think of a number between 1 and 3. Okay, you ready? Number between 1 and 3, including 1 and 3. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go.
2.
Oh, see, I said go. I was going to say 2, though. See, it should be 3, 2, 1. Then we say it, shouldn't it? No, like you were right there. Number between 1 and 100. Okay? See that in my eye? That's what number we're going with. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, 58. That was when you were supposed to say 58 as well. But you...
I'm still looking in your eye. Look, it's frustrating.
We're twins.
No.
Nah.
No. I've already got a twin.
That's true. He's a nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah, you're all right.
Dean Algar currently sitting on 46 not out of 45. He's had 9 fours. That is 36 of his runs have come from boundaries. Nice player once again, right in Malina with his kookaburra, but Khaled, so far he's actually gone for a total of 12 runs or 2.5 overs now. It's looking like it's still a nice day. And as I'm looking to the South African URC games on Saturday, hopefully bigger crowds this week. Stadium capacity open to 50% now. Geez. It's a couple of big stadiums in South Africa, so you could be looking at 30,000 plus. Loftus, not so much. I don't think they can hold 30,000. You probably get 10, 15 for 50%. It will be good to see the crowds back. Definitely because the South African sides are currently finding some very good form in the URC. Because they have got their home games now. Once again, nicely played by Algar. Really pushes at the ball and just tries to kill any chance of the spin. Right, I'll actually bring it up on my phone. That will be easier, won't it?
There's drinks anyway.
Right.
I'll read this and then.
Right.
Which one?
That one there. You don't have to read it out loud, though. So someone clicked the unblock button, did they? Unfortunately. What would you say to that, Mumsy?
Run as fast as you can. Yep. Yeah. Nah.
Currently, they are just shown a Sky Sport 1 and 25,000 allowed until. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit more than I didn't anticipate. But we are now at the drinks break, which does mean that it is going to be another hour from here. And then we come back. I'm going to wait to see who wins the toss between Bangladesh and Australia. Although I think for tonight, do you know how many sessions we got covering? I know that we've got a couple of videos to get edited and whatnot before tomorrow. So that will either be a 7 a.m. venture after the cricket or a watching the cricket while editing one. Yeah. Oh, well. Cheers, geez. Respect, homie. Appreciate you.
Whatever. See you.
Oh, well, no. See you later.
So, yeah.
But yeah. Hopefully, any wickets lost in this session before you go?
Maybe one.
Okay. Is it Algar or will it be the other fellow?
The other fellow.
Alrighty, you heard it here first. Cringe. I tried my best to make it cringy. Yeah. So I think I accomplished it. I mean, I wanted it to be cringy. I wanted it to be awkward. I wanted it to be silent for like a full minute. I accomplished my dreams. And you know you are on camera, don't you? I do indeed. Yeah, that chair's quite tight squeeze, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, see you later. Enjoy your time in the bed.
Yeah, no,
All right. Right, we will put that back there. And we are now in the middle, centralized. I'm going to have a drink since it is the drinks break. Cheers. Am I centralized? I'm not really, am I? No, that's worse. Oh, that's worse. There we go. We'll go about here. Cheers. Cringe times 2. Nailed it. Now it is. Hopefully no wickets fall or form. Or would be great in there. Yeah, anything over 400 here for South Africa would be huge for them. But they do need to score quickly like they have been. Because if there's rain around for the next 3 or 4 days, you don't really want to leave it to the final hour or so of a test match to be able to win it. Definitely not. And you got such an impressive record. Bangladesh have never beaten South Africa in a test match. And Mum's gone. Now we can all take our pants off now. Perfect. Hey, Mum.
Okay.
You didn't hear what Jay was saying there, did you?
No, why?
Okay, that's all good then.
I can look it up though.
You could. I wouldn't. No, it's just we were going to take our pants off.
I'm not on. I've taught you that before, haven't I? That you don't do that sort of shit on live stream.
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
Did you say chips are in?
Yeah.
Ah. Free Willy, says Sebastian there as well.
No.
It was a good Hamish Bangladesh is thinking after lunch to get 2 wickets or 3 wickets. And then if they can do so, it would be pretty good. My camera is a lot further up than it normally is. There we go. We'll go down here. But better. It looks pretty grim at the moment in terms of the lighting, doesn't it? It looks like it's not a nice evening for myself. There we go. That fixed it. Yes, it did. Right, we are good. And now it is going to be Tuscan Ahmed replacing Eberdot here. We'll be going for it again. We'll put that there. The thing is, if that had happened like 5-6 months ago, I would have been bright red. I would have been sweating. I would have been just going into my shell. Now I'm just like, oh, well. Like, it's become the norm type thing, which is kind of weird, isn't it? When you think about it. First ball from Tuscan Army. That's a good one. It's a dot. Avia currently on strike here. 13 of 32 deliveries. I'm still waiting to see if I get a notification saying who's batting first out of Pakistan or Australia as well. So we'll keep you guys informed about that one. By the sounds of it, though, I have some chips in an air fryer that have been put in for me. Did I say who wins? Well, I can say who wins the match IPL. And there says Skulls. So who do you think will be able to get themselves the win? Do let me know. But currently, Pakistan versus Australia is actually only 19 minutes away. And they haven't announced anything as of yet as well. But Bangladesh boundary deliveries, it's kind of being too wide, all in the same area for the Algar boundaries, but then also a few too pitched up on that leg side. Another little yawn there. Outside of our stump, once again, going to be left alone there. Carrying it. Irvia. As long as he stays out there with Algar, this is going to be perfect for them to keep on building into a massive innings here. They do get themselves that option. I'm just going to go like this. Go like that as well. I have to make sure, I mean, now that I know that there are chips that are coming, it makes me slightly nervous. I was like, how good are air fryers? They're great. They are absolutely incredible devices. Like, you don't need oil. You just put them in. They just rotate your chips, and they will come out crunchy chips, beautifully cooked. There we are once again, just leaving that one outside of his off stump. So if the chips have gone in at about 10:30, that means at 11:05 or so, they will be ready. A moment, I'm just going to do something. There we go. Currently 13.4 overs down. South Africa already on 60 though, so they're certainly propelling the innings forward. Tuscan Ahmed running in as hard as ever. Great straight drive. That one kind of had an awkward bounce on the pitch, beside the pitch. It will just be the dot ball once again here. Irvia, he's got himself 200 not out. One of his previous fixtures. Can he do that in this one, perhaps? Be very impressive if he was able to do so. Hello.
So when's the break?
I think the break is going to be, I want to say it's at like 11:35 or somewhere around there. They haven't really mentioned it, have they?
I'm going to be a member for them.
That's all right. Or should I just keep them going? Oh, no, it's all good.
It's only been going for 4 minutes.
Ah, okay.
But I turned it off.
I can put them on once the next one's over or the next session's over.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Through the power of technology, I have turned off the air fryer with my mind. So I asked my mother if she was going to be able to turn it off because I think the session's going slightly longer. They probably will end at 11 just to annoy me. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it seems like it's really messed up the dynamic of the game in terms of when they were starting, when the next session's going to be ending, etc. And they haven't really updated us on whether or not there are changes, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, we'll probably end up, it's a tricky one. I want to do most of the night, but I feel like strategically I should do most of the night tomorrow night with Super Rugby, just so that I know kind of what my schedule's sitting at, which is weird. Overall, I am confused. And also over there, Hamish, Pakistan, a win, toss and bowl first or football first. Okay, so Australia would be batting first in that one. Okay. Nice. See, now I'm tempted to do, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of just, I'll just hide in a ball in the corner for the night, I think. It'd be easier. So run away from her? I would. It sounds like it's just going to end with plenty of problems in that situation. I think my mum was saying the same thing as well. Oh, wide attempted shot there from Irvia. He wasn't quite able to get onto it. In fact, it was Dean Elgar chasing after that slightly wider ball. DRS, I don't believe there was an edge on that one. They're saying that maybe there was a little bit of something, but I think it was just Elgar well and truly chasing after it. So we've seen already, anytime it's wide, he's going after this ball. Perhaps trying to soften it up as much as possible throughout the early stages. Lytton dust behind the stumps here for this one. Nicely played by Elgar once again, right in behind it. At the moment, there are quite a few kids. KFC mini cricket is what it is on there. And old mate, so Evan Wimbledon troubles as well. Yeah, still a few, unfortunately, in that one. Who knows? Maybe they disappear. Not the woman, the problems at this stage. Elgar, 46 runs, only just a little smidgen off getting his 50. Hopefully he does get it before the end of this first session. Nicely hit down the ground there from Elgar. No run taken in Australia, playing 11. Aaron Finch, Travis Head, Ben McDermott, Marnus Lavishane, Marcus Stoinis, Alec Cleary, Cameron Green, Sean Abbott, Nathan Ellis, Adam Zampa, Mitch Swepson. Unchanged from the last match. I've just realised, other than the fact that Alex Carey, if he's at 6, he is being promoted above Cameron Green, I believe, from the last one. And also tell him to buy a flashlight. Handy appliance to have overall. I don't know what one of those was till like a couple months ago when someone said what it was, because I thought they just misspelt the other one. Flashlight. That's what I thought they meant. And I got confused. And Pakistan playing 11, it's Fakhr Zaman, Imam Al-Haq, Babar Azam, Shakil, Rizwan, Iftikhar, Shaha, Wazim Jr., Afridi, Harris, Ralph, Mahmood. So only really Sheen Afridi getting added in there by the looks of it, and maybe one other change. Other than that, I think that's pretty similar though, isn't it, for Pakistan? It will be interesting to see how they end up going. We're currently at Khalid, he is getting ready. Charge him once again. 3.5 overs bowled so far for himself. He is sitting as the 0 for 12. Spawning time. No one able to pick up a wicket of these South African boys as they continue to build towards that 100-run partnership. Well timed by Elgar, but unable to get it through the gap. And that will be the end of the over. 60 for none now of 5. So they're still actually going at 4 and over, which is very good. Okay, I don't know what they're checking there. Hello, boss. And they're welcome in. And also test footage. No, NRL. Okay, go. Bangladesh says Aussie Mozzie. Oh, sorry, that was Aussie cricket. And there. So yeah, the NRL at the moment, I believe it is underway, isn't it? Currently, the Titans, they were the favourites. Holy moly, that's a massive no ball. There was a no ball by about that. In fact, I think that's probably one of the biggest no balls I've seen in a long time. Which I guess, I mean, it's not really a compliment, is it? But it's impressive. A moment, we will go like that. Going to be left alone now outside of the off stump. It's going to be now 61 for none here. And also, did you say I pressed the unblock button? Was the wrong thing to do? I mean, I said that more than likely if you had pressed unblock, then that was going to be a big problem for you because you already got yourself out of that situation and then you got back into it, you know? So it's better to leave it untouched rather than reigniting it, if that makes sense. You know? It's a tricky one because I feel like you got to try and avoid those situations if you do want to keep your sanity overall. You know, you don't want anything too hectic. I'm just checking odds for this match as well, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm at it. And currently, South Africa, they're well and truly the favourites to be able to go on the win. They already were heading into this match, and now for them to have, I guess, the situation that they have got now, it is quite impressive indeed. I'm going to click that. And I'm about to sneeze, which is really going to annoy me. I don't want to sneeze, though. I'm trying to stop it. It's coming. There we go. We have dealt with that one. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. This chat is a cross between a dating show or Dr. Phil. I'm glad the mum blocked me. Oh, okay. Is that my mum? No, it's not. Oh, that's a ball. That was a ripper from Tuscaname. Somehow unable to get the little edge on it, though. That was brilliant bowling. And their superb delivery, like they're saying. And now, I mean, it gets them just a little bit closer to getting themselves that wicket before the drinks break, which I'm still not sure of. Sorry, not the drinks break, but the end of the session, which I'm not sure whether or not that's 11 p.m. that will be starting for 40 minutes or whether it's going to be after. That's an absolute ripper of the ball. That's exactly where he needed that ball to be. Just straight across him from Tuscan Ahmed, and he was going up for the appeal straight away. He liked it. Looks at the pitch, looks back at the bowler and says, yep, you got me with that one, but still here. Another well bowled delivery from Tuscan Ahmed. And also, when is the drinks break? So we already had it at 10:35 or so. There I was boring game halftime. It's only 2 points to nothing. And there's us saying, is that 2 points in favour of the Titans or 2 points in favour of the Tigers at this stage? Should probably look that up, shouldn't I? I just know that the Titans are still favourites in that match. It's currently... It's another no ball. Okay, it's 2-2 now currently at halftime. And also to the Titans, says Aiden. Well, that one, yeah, the IPL, it starts in 4 hours, 9 minutes. And it is going to be Chennai Super Kings away from home, playing in their game up against LSG. That's going to be hit to the leg side there. And also Titans in there, says Jay. And also, Hamish, is this match happening in South Africa or Bangladesh? It is in South Africa. We had about a 30-minute delay due to the sight screen not being significantly covered, I guess is the best way of describing it. It was a weird situation. A malfunction with the sight screen meant that it did start a lot later, which is why we're not too sure whether or not in 9 minutes it's going to be the next break or whether it is going to be in about 40 minutes or so. I was Hamish off topic, but if you were to turn on Cricket 22 for the first time, would it come up with Tim Payne or the new Pat Cummins? Says Aussie Cricket. I think I got it after the switch, so I think it would be Pat Cummins on mine. It's going to be left alone outside of the off stump from Irvia, just waiting for the perfect ball. Still sitting 13 off 42, so he's been slow in the way that he's built up, but still seems like he's well and truly in control out there in the middle. Other than, of course, that ripper of a ball from Ahmed that he just had to watch go past the outside edge. South Africa, they've really slowed down almost since my mum left. To be fair, I think since the drinks break, it's become a lot more, I guess, of a not sporadic, a something pace. I can't think of the word there. A sporadic, no, that's the same word, isn't it? A methodical pace. That's the word I was after. Just needed to find the M. As I imagine Bangladesh beating South Africa in their home conditions is looking so impossible in these fast and bouncing conditions. Seeing this how big the win for the Bangla Tigers over Black Caps become. And that's the thing. They've never beaten South Africa in a test match. So it would be absolutely huge for them. They've had 2 draws. They've had 10 losses. It would be making history, that is for sure. Currently now charging him once again at his Tuscan Ahmed. Nicely bowled. Well played there. Oh, he tries to sell the dummy at Irvia, who looks like he was going to be not really backing down from the challenge. End of the over, 62 for none now. And a couple good overs in a row here for Bangladesh. Will slowly starting to build a tad bit of pressure on them, but also at the same time, probably not a huge amount. Currently, do let me know also, ladies and gentlemen, I know that Pakistan are favourites heading into that matchup for the ODI that starts in 7 minutes, but do you think Pakistan will win it, or do you think Australia will be able to win it for themselves? But in this session, we've had 16 overs, 62 runs, over rate of 12, and also the run rate of 3.88. And still yet to hear whether or not this session's going to 11 or whether it is going to be going a little bit later than that. Nicely played by Dean Elgar. Gets through for the single. Good run in between the wickets. Oh yeah, I should mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I think that's the first time that I've actually mentioned that. So yeah, if you're new, be sure to check out the channel. Kiwi-led sport up there, our Pakistan favourites. I mean, they're still $1.60 favourites, but they were about $1.40 favourites in that first game. So it's slightly dropped, but yeah, they're still favourites to win it. Oh, actually $1.63 now for Pakistan. $1.62. It's just gone down by half a smidgen. But yeah, it's going to be weird overall. See who ends up. I mean, that's the thing. Australia, if they get 300 again, they'll be in a good position. I was actually, all you do one game 4 of IPL today. Chennai Super Kings involved with 3 Kiwis playing at SS Coding. I think by that stage, I'll probably be editing / watching 3 games of cricket at once. I think I'm going to have the IPL on one screen. I'm going to have the South Africa, Bangladesh on another, and then also watching Australia versus Pakistan on my other while editing. I think will be my best bet, just because we have still got a little bit that we've got to get done there. We've still got a little bit that we've got to get done before the weekend, which is going to be coming up very soon. We've had George round a couple of times as well, which is a couple of ideas. And Bangladesh should be in the top 4 for cricket. It's just their batting they need to improve. So here's Aussie cricket there. And yeah, they've got some very good young up-and-coming bowlers in their lineups. I'm going to go like this one moment, and we will go like this. There we go. I'm just making sure everything is still running smoothly. I was just checking all the times as well. So the IPL starts at 3 a.m., 11 a.m., or sorry, 11 p.m. is when the ODI is about to get underway. And then this one, I still don't know when the session's ending overall. And also, yeah, I guess we've got plenty of cricket. Also, rugby tomorrow. Football's going on. Solomon Islands, New Zealand were able to get themselves a big win over them. So now Costa Rica is the next location or the next opponent that we have got. And who do you want to win? I'm pretty impartial in this one overall. I probably don't know a huge amount about either of these sides to the depth that I know about the Australia, New Zealand, England type sides, but I still enjoy watching both of them play. Oh, almost chips it onto his stumps there for Irvy. A little inside edge onto the pad. Khaled thought he was about to pick up his man, and also Hamish Shakib Al-Hassan is playing in this match. And as well says Coding. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Shakib Al-Hassan, because he was initially, I think he's announced in their squad for this, isn't he? Play Cricket 22 during that first session. And as well says Aussie Cricket, so perhaps we could end up giving a go in the future, although I would still have to make sure that my live streaming software can actually record from my new Xbox. And are you going to watch the IPL? I probably will. I just won't end up doing a live stream watch along for it. Let's Going to be worked through. Nicely fielded. Joe Ender gets himself the single, though, for Irvia. Looks like he wants something new here, either gloves or a bat. Not looking too happy, though, but into the 17th over, and it is 64 for none now. So theoretically, if the drinks break is anything to go by, you'd think there's still going to be another maybe 30 minutes or so of this session. If it's just based off normal times, you have to say that more than likely we are going to get to see one more over, then we go to lunch, which will be a 40-minute. Oh, hang on, what was that? Okay, it's so much easier at the lunch break to say, that's what the commentator said. I thought he was saying what time it was going to be. Are you going to watch Pakistan versus Australia? I am indeed. But yeah, same situation of not going to be doing the commentary side of it for it, just because we have got quite a few, I guess, bits and bobs to get done before the weekend, alongside saving the voice a little bit. I almost lost my voice yesterday, and I hadn't really been talking, which is a little bit concerning for a big weekend coming up. It's gone all right on this one, though, which is good news. Going for 2 hours so far. Okay, a few players from the domestic competition in South Africa, I believe they are staying there, are in attendance for this game. But yeah, I'm going to have it set up so that I can pretty much watch all cricket games all on the same screen and little minimized tabs, and then just kind of watch all three while they are going on. Probably have one that has sound, which might be Australia versus Pakistan. Also, we have got there, Amish, don't do this sudden things in live streams. I thought earthquake was coming. I was worried. And there it says coding, don't do the sudden things in live stream. As in like me going like this. I always shake my legs on these live streams. Definitely when I think there's a wicket coming. If that's the one that you're talking about, unless it was maybe the keyboard. I did have to move the keyboard a little bit because it was too far back. Maybe. Is that one? Yeah, let me know. Currently now 64 for none here. South Africa a little bit slower in the way that they have been scoring in their last little while. Tuscan Ahmed, he deserves a wicket. He's bowled well. He got extremely close to picking up one of Irvia a little bit earlier on. That was left alone, just going over the top of the stumps there. Tuscan thought that he had his man. It's been close a couple times with Irvia, who has been leaving well outside of the off stump, but that one was coming in just a little bit too close to the stumps to be able to be leaving comfortably. Now, Muminal. Oh, it's close, but it's just going over the top of middle stump there for Irvia. If the bounce wasn't true, that would have been a lot of trouble for him, and more than likely could have been on his way. But Tuscan had 3 balls left here. Nice to get to the leg side once again there. They want the 2 here for Irvia, and it looks like they will be able to do so. Good running between the wickets. These 2 quick individuals. Now Irvia moves up to 16. So Elgar still waiting for that 50, getting closer and closer. Original decision of not out pitching outside leg initially, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway for that LBW. But that is just kind of from that angle. It's extremely hard to get a wicket with LBW unless it's extremely full, or you get an extremely lucky bounce, and it's kind of more of a leg cutter than an off cutter type situation. From the Old Fort end. Didn't even realise that was the name of it. I never realised what ends are called what, I've realised, in cricket. Other than when they put them up on the screen, I don't really know the names of each individual ends of the field. That's going to be well bowl once again. I'm behind it there for Irvia. We're currently sitting at 11:01 p.m. here in New Zealand. So if this is going to be lunch, there's going to be one more ball, and then it will be heading to the lunch break. There's a little bit of grass cover on this pitch. Maybe in the later stages, the spin could become more and more of a factor for this matchup. They have actually gone with Mehdi Hassan as one of their spinners. Alongside him, I would say, who else have they got as spin? Muminal Haq, I think he's bowled a little bit of spin in the past. If I get out of my house, can I say it yours, please, Hamish? I would have to say probably not, because you're going to have about 50 girls who are all lining up on the doorstep, either wanting to smash you or stab you. So I feel like that's something that would be quite busy and quite loud during the live streams. It's going to be the end of the over. 66 for none now. This one for South Africa. Okay, this is telling us lunch will be taken at 12:30 as well. Just a little bit of a delay, which now means that we have got another 28 minutes left of this one, and this game now going to be just about getting underway for Australia and Pakistan. This match as well, but it looks like they're going to be bringing in a little bit of spin. Geez, 6 runs since the drinks break, which is about probably 25 minutes or so. I'll give you a few. I'll hook you and George up. It's all good. I've got the Kiwi boys hooked up. Although by the sounds of it, the woman who you're getting us hooked up with sound like they're quite a hassle overall. So I feel like we're better off not having it. Okay, well, Adam must be hot in there, as Aussie. And at the moment, I met Mahidi Hassan, sorry about the bowl. 32 matches, 119 wickets here. The best of 7 for 58. 2 10-wicket matches for him as well. Mahidi is replacing Khalid in that one. From the Umgeni end. Once again, wouldn't have known that was the name of it unless they had it up on the screen. But I'm interested to see what spin does early on in this one. Now it is going to be loaded up. Algar sitting 47 off 55. He's close to his half century. We've got another 27 minutes for him to be able to tick it over. Can he get the job done? Short ball. A bit of a back foot punch. Finch out. Jeez, that's not good for the Australians. You don't want to be losing your wicket this early on of Aaron Finch. In fact, while I'm at it, I'm going to get up my other little screen and I'm going to have a look. Nice cut shot there. It's gone through for Algar. If this goes to the boundary, he has this 50. It's going to be fielded though. Nicely done. A little bit of a loosener in that one. But yeah, if Aaron Finch is out already, that is not what they would have been after for this game, I wouldn't think. For the Australians, one moment, we'll go like this and we'll go like this. Yep, Aaron Finch is out. So a lot earlier than anticipated. Ben McDermott now makes his way to the crease, which I'm just going to have up in the corner for myself there as well. We got a spammer. I have to deal with that. Boom. Oh, no. Sorry, Ryan. I think I just timed you out accidentally for 5 minutes. But I don't think there's actually an undo button for that one. So I do apologize for that, Ryan, but in 5 minutes you will be back. I was trying to hit the spammer, and I did manage to get them in the end, but unfortunately also you caught a little bit of the friendly fire in that one. But currently Sheena Freddie bowling in that Pakistan versus Australia match. Now Mahidi going, and he's probably saying, if in the dressing room, Finch does what he does, and that as well, but that will be the 50 now for Algar. Well batted. Moves up 50 runs, his 20th test 50. And he's done very nicely to help build up a very good total for his side without losing any wickets at this point in time. But McDermott, I feel like it's the time for him to have a big game. Geez, that was a good Yorker, and it was an LBW shout as well from Sheena Freddie. He liked it. He wants to go upstairs for it. Currently now, well bowled. That one had nice little bits of flight involved. And if you're able to turn it off his hip, though, and they do almost go back for the 3, but instead they only get the 2 for that one. Now, Algar, he's got his 50. Irvia, he will have the 50 in mind for himself as well. He's a little way away, though. Still got a little bit more time, but end of the 19th over now, and it is 71 for none here for South Africa. But anyone who isn't aware of what the score is in the Pakistan versus Australia game, 2 for 1 here. So far, McDermott on 1, Head on 1, and also Aaron Finch going out 3rd ball of the match. And it was actually a golden duck for Aaron Finch. Not what you would have been wanting. I'm looking forward to seeing Peterson in this match because we did miss out on seeing him in New Zealand due to a positive case. So, yeah, we'll be interested to see who he does go for this matchup. And then they've got Bavuma, Rickleton, Verena, Mulder, Maharaj, Harma. Then it will be Williams and Olivier as the last man. Travis Head looks like he's in form again. To be fair, he's got a 4 runs off the last ball. all close to the LBW, but pitching outside leg once again. He just needs that line to be a little bit straighter for himself. He does want half a chance. That was very good there. Who's going to win, Titans or Tigers? It's a close one at the moment. Titans were favourites going into it, so I'm still going to say Titans. But it's one of those situations that could probably go either way, to be fair, depending on how they go in the second innings, just because it doesn't seem like they're quite, I guess, going forward the way that they'd like to at this point in time. Now, Tuscan going back to his mark. So it's still 2-2. I'm just going to have another look at that score. And that one and see how they are sitting. Sinking at the moment. Titans versus Tigers. It is currently, it's still 2-2. Probably one of the more lower scoring ones. The wicket could have actually been one for Shane Afridi. We did end up getting it, or it was umpire's call. That's a nice shot, though. Oh, just cleaned up some flags and a microphone. But it's going to be Irvia who now gets himself another boundary, moving up to 22 runs off 57 deliveries. The partnership, this could be close to 100 by the time we get to the end of this first session. Currently sitting at 11:08 due to the delays. Does mean we're going through to 11:30 p.m. New Zealand time. After we do reach 11:30, I think it might be the last session that we do of the day, just because I will have to make sure that my voice doesn't run out by the weekend, and I'm slightly worried that it will, which is unfortunate because I wish that my vocal cords just kind of kept on going and going and going. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how we go. I'll probably still end up watching them. So if you guys do want to discuss the games on the Discord, go for it. I will be joining in with that discussion as well. It's just more of the case of I will be doing it with a closed mouth like this. Just like that. Saving up the voice. And also we've got a couple more videos. I think we've got a couple lineup videos to get done a little bit later on tonight. But that was a good short ball, but Irvia was right on it instantly. Knew where he did have to play that one. Lines it up nicely. Smacks it away to the boundary. And does nail it. So yeah, Aaron Finch actually got LBW'd for his wicket. The very first wicket of the game. It was an LBW. And Finchy would not have been too happy with it, I wouldn't have thought. I see at the leg side once again there. It will just be the single. I'm going to go like that. And go like that as well. There we go. I've got the NRL up on my phone. I've got the cricket there, This cheers me up. My teachers, I only got one Easter egg today. It was pitiful. And there, as I says, Aussie cricket. Of course, Easter coming up very soon, isn't it? Is it last week of, April? Or when is Easter? Oh, I think it's not too far away, though, is it? But I could have the wrong dates, of course, just because my brain doesn't work at times with working out dates. I have no idea when things are taking place at this stage. They're now driving their way into the crease almost. Once again, here, Bangladesh, they need to find that little fire underneath them. They need to find that fire that they had in New Zealand. That's a short ball. That might be a bit fiery from Tuscan Ahmed. He's already almost bowled 8 overs in this match and is still going strong, still bowling quick for himself there. Do you know your birthday? And I do know my birthday. I don't know what day of the week it will be taking place on this year, but I know it's in December, early December, and I couldn't tell you whether it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday. I don't know for that one. But yeah, George's birthday very recently, only 2 days ago. It was George's birthday. Did seem to enjoy it. I think he went out for tea, which he was a fan of. Tuscan Army once again charges in. Nicely played from Algar. He doesn't look troubled at the moment. It's been Irvia who's looked a little bit more 50-50 on the surface throughout the early stages, but still fine. And I would say South Africa, within the first 3 wickets, they get themselves 250 runs, which is a bold prediction. But it just seems like they're going to be extremely well set. If they bat out the whole day today, get close to that 300 mark, they're going at a run rate of 3.85. So, yeah, if they can get 300 today and then maybe have a bit of a bat tomorrow, then come back in, have a bowl at Bangladesh, See if you can get them out in quick succession twice, because they will actually have to get them twice to be able to win this one, even with the rain around. Hopefully it's not too bad, and we do get to see some decent test match cricket being played. But this one, it will be finishing on April the 4th, I believe it was, or April the 5th, actually, in New Zealand, but it will be on about the Tuesday, or Monday, in fact, that it will be taking place for the final day. All right, cameraman, he is set up in an area that is very white, but that was them covering the sight screen earlier on. Try and protect any chance of the batsman getting distracted. But Mahedi Hassan now to run in for the ball. Nicely played in behind it there. And they do just go for the dot ball. 53 miles per hour. It always looks weird seeing spin in miles, but I assume that was about 85, somewhere around that mark. Now, Mahedi looks like he's just changing his field. He's got the slip. He's got the man in close on the offside. And then also the keeper is up close to the stump. So he doesn't actually have a helmet, though, which I would have thought he would have to, being that close to the stumps. But they seem to say that it's all right, Lytton Duss. He's a very experienced keeper. He's got good reflexes. I just hope he doesn't get smacked in the face with the ball. And then as that Newland Stadium in the background says, Aussie Mozzie. Not quite. That's worth an LBW shout, but it is going to be not out in the end. So this one that we have got is the, I've forgotten the name, Kingsmead, or Hollywood Bets Kingsmead Stadium in Durban, I believe it is. I think that's the name. Hopefully I have got that correct, though. Tries the cut shot there. Irvia just not quite able to get onto that one. Straight into the man in close. I wonder who else we see bowl for Bangladesh before the end of this first session, though, because they cannot afford to allow South Africa to really build momentum heading into the later stages. It's a good shot down the ground. He wants the quick single there, drops the head, does get it comfortably. Helga and Irvia, they've got a partnership of 78 unbroken so far. There's only really been one half chance, I would say, and that was the one from earlier on, how it almost ended up getting the bat on it for Irvia. But other than that, not too much. I'm going to stretch. Here we go. We are all stretched out. Now, Sheena Afridi is bowling currently for Pakistan in their matchup against Australia. Helga looks like he's getting maybe either a new helmet or something along those lines, or getting a new bat handle, in fact, I think it is. Well, this matchup, there's a man dressed as a tiger in the crowd. That's commitment. Definitely on a hot day. I think it's like 29 degrees at the moment at the ground. But then it's supposed to be 23 and raining tomorrow. The next day is supposed to be raining. The next day after that, it's supposed to be raining. And then I believe the last day is supposed to be a little bit better, but there still could be some rain around on that game as well. But yeah, the IPL is going to be kicking off at 3 a.m. New Zealand time. It's going to be a late night, but hopefully we will either still be up for that one to watch along with it, or watch it without the watch along, but still be up. But we've got Super Rugby tomorrow night, Highlanders versus Crusaders. That will be starting kickoff at 7:05, but we'll be starting a little bit earlier than that as well. And then alongside that, we have also got Fiji and Drua taking on the Waratahs. That is a later game. I believe Michael Hooper is back for that one, which will be quite cool to see. That's off the edge. Goes straight to the man at gully. Someone shouting from the crowd very loudly. At the moment, I think they are hoping for a wicket in the next little while. But then alongside those two games, we've got 2 games on Saturday. It is going to once again be the matchup between the Brumbies and the Reds. We get to see a repeat of that. But then before that game, it is going to be Blues versus Moana Pacifica, a repeat of the game that we saw earlier on in the week. And then on Sunday, it is going to be Chiefs versus Hurricanes, and that will be an early afternoon game at about 3 p.m. But they are all the games. It's quite a few. I mean, nicely played, straight out to point. Not able to get it through the gap. Tuscan Ahmed just seems to have a gas tank that is very deep. He's bowled many overs already for his side. He's going to have to bowl plenty throughout the series, I would think. But just keeps going. Just yawned again. It's unfortunate, that one. We'll go like that. And there we go. I was just checking to see, once again, the odds and the percentages of who is going to be going I guess, into the box seat after this first session, and you have to say it's certainly South Africa. Currently, they are $1.48 to be able to win this match. The draw is $2.65, and Bangladesh is $19 to be able to win it. It's going to be an upwards battle, but they were the underdogs up against New Zealand, and they were able to get themselves the win. They have never beaten South Africa in a game of Test match cricket. They've tried 12 times. They've lost 10. They've drawn 2, but never been able to pick up a win. Currently, now only 13 minutes left of this first session. You're still on strike to the leg side out to mid-wicket. I don't believe, no, they didn't get through for the single there. It would have been a very tight one. They had tried to run for it. Still 80 in the first stint. Like even 80 off 30 overs would be considered not too bad overall. Yes, it's on a little bit more of the slow side, but these guys have only been batting for 22 and already have the 80. They're going at about a 3.8 run rate here for South Africa, which just shows that they are trying to propel it forward as quickly as they physically can. Tuscan Ahmed, he just wants the wicket. If he goes round the wicket, I feel like he'll have a little bit more success to Irvia. But we haven't seen him try it too often other than, I think, one. And yes, boy, the IPL live commentary. We did end up doing some of the very first one on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, which is that pin comment one. But unfortunately tonight, with the time zone, it's just going to be a little bit rough. Unfortunately, like those 3 a.m. games are always a, I guess, gas tank just drainer. Because they finish at about 6:30, and then you got to wake up early the next day to kind of do the next live stream, whether that's during the day or if we got something happening in the earlier stages. But hopefully we can get a few more IPL matches done, but that will be on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, which is that pin comment one. For anyone who is new to that channel, be sure to check it out. Yeah, I've been enjoying the IPL. I've been watching the highlights rather than the full matches just because of like that time zone situation. But other than that, there's been some very close finishes already. It was off the outside edge. It's going to be racing through the slip court and 4 more runs for Irvia. And that's going to be 28 off 67 now. He's moving his way towards the half century with only 11 minutes left in this session now for Australia. No, they're not Australian, are they? For South Africa, I should say there as well. And also, can we see the win predictor? South Africa percent should be high, says Aussie Cricket. So I guess while I am about to scroll down, I want to see everyone's predictions. What do you think the percentages will be for the sides winning? Please do not look it up, though. Be sure to give it as your honest opinions of, I guess, how you think they're going to be finishing in this one. Do you see South Africa with about for me, they're probably about 65% at the moment. South Africa draw of, in fact, I'll go South Africa 67, draw of 28, and Bangladesh 5%. That will be my ones. We go somewhere around there. One moment, we will go here. I feel like I can't even remember what numbers I said right. I think I said 67, 30, or 28. 67, 28, and then 5. So it might have been 38. 63, 34, 3% for Bangladesh at the moment. As it says, that's actually quite low for Bangladesh, but I guess with them not being able to take any wickets early, it does mean that it is going to be very tricky for them to make their way back into this game from the situation that they are currently in. Also, draw 50%, says Gareth. There, OJ, welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you're doing well, mate. I said mate twice there, didn't I? And South Africa or rain 75 to 25. And there says Wise 1. Nicely done once again by Algar. Playing the ball very late under the eyes. Not really looking fussed at all with anything that Bangladesh have been throwing at him. Currently now 9 minutes left of this session. I think there's a little bit of wind that I can hear in the background as well currently. Although it is looking a lot brighter than it is in my background, that is for sure. It's still blue skies currently. It's actually looking closer to the game between Pakistan and Australia in my background than it is for this game between between Bangladesh and South Africa. Nicely cut away off the back foot by Algar, out to point, and does get the single. New ball will prove the big factor as day goes on. And there it says Aussie cricket on day 4, it will rain. I think it's also supposed to rain on day 2, day 3, alongside day 4. And then day 5, I think, is supposed to be fine. But by then, how much time will we have lost? I think that's probably the big question to do with this test match. Mahedi now. And I think that's also why we see South Africa being quite aggressive in the way that they bat. Like some of the bowling, that was close to hitting the umpire there. By Travis Head in the game between Pakistan and Australia. But yeah, pretty much at this stage, I'd say that South Africa, they know that they're going to lose some time in this matchup. So you got to be aggressive enough to keep on going after the ball. That would have cleaned up the shins of the umpire Alam Dar there. I did miss the stumps. Currently now, Algar, he is sitting 54 of 71. Yeah, just showing his 50 again. He got himself 9 fours, and a majority of those actually came in his first 40 or so runs. He did slow down just a little bit more once he got into the mid-40s, but after that, he propelled himself forward, got himself to the half century. Very impressively done from him. Yeah, just showing the highlights of the shots that he was playing. He was hitting them all around the park. He was favouring that offside. Anytime it was slightly short, he'd rock back, smack it through a gap, and then if it was too full on the leg side, he would end up putting it away also. So just all around the ground for Algar. And a captain's knock at the start of this matchup for the Proteas. Okay, we're seeing the wagon wheel form. Yeah, so a few boundaries out to the offside. In fact, he had 6 on the offside and 38 that was kind of behind the square area on the offside. So really just gliding the ball. Is it a 3-match series or 2? It is only 2-match series. That's in the air from Algar. And this time now he's raced it away to the boundary, and he's going to get himself another boundary here. Algar's starting to find the middle of the bat a little bit more often than not, and that will make Abidal Hussain very nervous. And he did just get it a little bit wrong with the line and length. Algar pounces, says, yep, that'll do me. Mid-wicket away, Kane Williamson back playing cricket, and India got 2 runs or 7 balls. And there, as I says Jack, yeah, so he was a little bit unlucky with the way that he did go out so early, but hopefully he does build into his innings and kind of his season once again with some good form heading into those later stages for the Black Caps. And 2 tests, says Jack, and also our rain happens in the afternoon, so likely to have play end early next 3 days, as I says Gareth. So yeah, and with the fact that they lost the half an hour before today, I'm hoping with the weather the way that it is, it should be sunny enough to continue for the extra time that they have got allowed. Just because you can't really plan for delays of sight screens playing up for 30 minutes like we had at the start. Yeah, hopefully they do still find a way of getting through as many overs as physically possible, because I feel like that gives us the best chance of seeing a result. Currently, Irvia, he's sitting there, 28 of 69 deliveries. Algar at the non-strikers end currently, 59 of 73. They have got another 5 minutes left, so probably this over and then one after that, and then it will be lunch on this first day. This is actually the only session of today that we will be covering. Then from there, I will be doing some editing, some recording, and we will be all good to go for tomorrow for the rugby, and also some cricket, hopefully tomorrow as well. Yeah, for now, we will be watching all 3 games of cricket, all on, I guess, different screens for myself in like a multi-sports bar scenario while eating some food as well. Sounds like a great night. Now that one is once again hit straight out to the fielder. Irvia, he's probably been more unlucky with his placement than Algar. Algar seems to be able to pierce a gap beautifully every time, whereas Irvia has hit it to the fielder more times than not. But it's when he gets it through that gap that he has been able to reward himself with a few boundaries. I believe he's got about 3 or 4 so far for Irvia, but nowhere near as many as Algar, who has been able to bring up the double figures of 4s. That's a shot. That's a nothing one. It's fallen short of Tuscan Ahmed, and it was not a well-timed delivery for Irvia, and it manages to fall short of the guy at mid-on, which just tells you how badly he timed it. He's disappointed with himself. He's taken a little bit of a moment to shake the head, say, why did I play that one the way that I did? It was too tight to be able to hit it to the leg side, whereabouts he was trying to go out mid-wicket way. That one just didn't quite get through the way that he needed it to. And Tuscan Ahmed, as much as he would have loved to be able to dive forward for that one, stepping away very late there for Abidal. backing away. Eberdot rushed him a little bit too much, they are saying. So Eberdot bowled it, almost hit the stumps. It's raced away to the boundary, but of course it does not count because it was a dead ball there. Algar gets a bit of an adjustment on the arm guard. I'm not sure whether or not that was what put him off. Okay, so I think he was just a little bit late looking back up and Eberdot was already there, ready to go. And I think it's because of that half chance the ball before he decided he wanted to go through. And it also seems like I missed some fun. And there says Sebastian, yeah, Algar, I want to bring up the 50. Irvia, that's a nice strike of the ball. And that's going to be another 4 runs. They just keep on scoring. They're going to have 100 by the time we finish this first session, Australia versus England Women's World Cup final. And there says Ryan, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty awesome one. It's going to be a rematch of that Ashes series that we did see between the women's sides not too long ago. We'll be interested to see exactly how it does end up going. But that's going to be on Sunday, I believe. Who knows? Maybe we can try and get some of that in. It will just depend on, actually, no. Super Rugby's on Sunday, isn't it, at 3:35. That will ruin that one. Irvia needs some slap chips at lunch. As well, and there's some slap chips. They sound nice. What are slap chips, Gareth? Are they like kind of loaded fries, I guess they'd call them, like with cheese and whatnot on top? I've got some chips cooking at the moment, which is quite exciting. That will be ready in only a couple minutes' time, which is why after this session as well, this will actually be the last session of the day that we do end up covering for this match, but we will be bringing you guys more cricket and more rugby tomorrow. It's just going to make sure that I don't use up all of my vocal cords. I think doing the Tuesday live streams for about 10 hours did steal some of my voice. And yawning Hamish in there, says David the Mod. That one, yeah, hopefully not too many more yawns. Otherwise, says Elliot, welcome in. The live stream might be doing well currently. Anyone wondering about Australia versus Pakistan? 5.3 overs down, 25 for 1 here for the Australians, doing nicely with a partnership between Head and McDermott starting to build up. Now, at the Kingsmead Durban Stadium, is going to be 94 for none with 1 more over left here between the two sides before we get to the lunch break. South Africa too strong, maybe. It does seem like they just love their conditions, and it's kind of being proven here with the fact that there's been 1 half chance or 2 half chances at most. And other than that, it's just been all South African batting dominance, I guess you could call it. Algar hasn't looked troubled. The 2 half chances have actually been Irvia. It's been close to getting himself out. But other than that, it's been smooth sailing, I guess you'd say. South Africa B team are playing the series. Top players are earning those dollars at the IPL, says Jeff. And yes, some of them making some good money in that IPL competition. That is for sure. I know that. Who are they missing? They're missing Janssen, Rabada, Markram, Rassi van der Dusen. There's a couple others as well, but I can't quite think of their names, unfortunately. Over in India at the moment. Pitched up ball there. A run taken from Algar. I mean, India lost their test series in South Africa. They're tough at home. And there, as I said, Sebastian, yeah. And Bangladesh never actually winning a series or a match up against South Africa before. They've had 2 draws. They've had 10 losses. Cut shot, nicely played here by Algar. He does end up hitting it down to the man who was kind of halfway in between a cover and a deep cover. And that is going to be the single taken, 95 runs. And he will feel his job's almost done. So that means him something like unridged or wobbly. So wobbly chips. Wobbly chips. Oh, as in like some crinkle cut chips? Maybe. Is it crinkle cut chips? That's what we call them. Like how they kind of like, oh, was that a half chance? I think Mahedi just got the edge of Irvia, and I think Lytton does put it down. It's not what they needed there. A wicket just before lunch would have been massive. Little wedge. And it does mean that Bangladesh have missed an opportunity. Hi, Gareth. And there says David there. It's brutal. Just before the brunch, I was about to say, but the lunch break. And then David says Gareth, and also kettle chips. And there says David. It's going to be hit down the ground. No run taken. 95 for none. As I know, also the sun's coming out. Says Gareth there. So yeah, it should be nice for the whole of the first day, but it's just the other days that I am a little bit concerned about for the weather. Of whether or not we do get to see rain for the next day, the day after that, the day after that. Although last day's supposed to be all right, but 95 for none for South Africa off 25 overs, still going about that 3.9, 3.8 mark. And just before the eye break, and no deep fried, oily and soft. And there's Jeff. I kind of want some deep fry. I mean, I've got them in the air fryer, which doesn't have that same oily stage, does it? But I can certainly put some salt on them for myself. A very short moment, but it was the edge. Could have been big for them, but does end up just bouncing straight out of their hands. Alfred Litton does in dead pitch equals no wickets, lots of runs, and then slap translated to is soft chips. And there's Jeff, and also it is only a thick cut, oily chip, the opposite of skinny cut. Oh, so I guess we call them steak chips over here, or steak fries. I assume, so they wouldn't just be the square ones. Are they kind of like those ones that are a bit more like that shape, kind of like almost rectangles, but still flat as chips? And maybe, not too sure. At the moment, Elgar sitting on 60 off 76. Irvia, actually facing the same amount of balls, 76 balls faced, but getting 32 runs for himself there. The first innings, wedges, and then now it's hot chips, but cooked in a way that isn't firm. Kingsmead has a little container shop that makes hot chips. I feel like I want to go to Kingsmead now just to try some chips. Probably an expensive venture just to get chips, but it might be worth it, depending on how good the chips are. But nonetheless, I think that is almost going to be the end of our cricketing coverage for today. I hope you guys are excited for all of the matches. We've got Pakistan versus Australia currently going on. 6.3 overs down, 26 for 1. This game is 95 for none here for South Africa. And then the IPL will be starting at 3 a.m. But tomorrow we've got rugby. We've also got more cricket, I believe, that we will be covering on the channel. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And us Australians have Pringles or Doritos, etc. as well in there. Here's Aussie Mozzie for that one as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope you have a very good night / day / whereabouts you are in the world. And also you are looking forward to the weekend of sport ahead. But thank you all very much. I will see you all